All right. All right. So, wow, this is insane. Okay. All right. I need more people to join. Okay. Um, let me. Okay. If you're ready, drop some fire emojis now. Now let's all share this because it's a YouTube link now. Let's just all share this so that more people can get to join. I didn't really expect to do it on YouTube. I just wanted it to be enclosed, but the numbers are too much. The numbers are too much now. Not the numbers are too much now. So um, we'll have to we'll have to we'll just have to do this. We just have to do this, okay? So great. Let's let more people join. If you're excited, just if you're excited, type the word yes. Type the word yes. If you're excited, type the word yes. If you're excited, type the word yes. I want more people to join. Once more people join, I'm going to get started. Today's going to be amazing. I promise you, it's going to be one of the best events that you've ever joined. Okay, we're about 89 people live now. Um, I want more people to join, more people because the numbers were crazy on Google Meet. It was insane. So let's go. Um, okay, let me refresh it and see. Okay, so let me make one more post on LinkedIn and Instagram, and then I'll let everybody join. I just want this to be as wonderful as much as possible. Um, uh, right. Uh, okay, so here we go. Right. Finally, let me do this one more time. Instagram. All right. So let me. Okay. All right. Berma, you here?
I'm here.
Okay. Kindly engage people a bit, and and give me a minute. I'm about to join. Okay.
All right. All right. So, hello, can everyone
Okay.
can you hear? I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. I think our numbers were too many for Google Meet to contain us, but we bless God for an alternative, and I know that regardless of whatever, we would have a great session. I don't know how many people we could still share the link to as many people so we can share, because here we have unlimited
Yeah.
numbers to join, have no
Let
restrictions.
me,
We really appreciate it if a lot of people, you could just share the link with friends, family. Now it's open on YouTube, everyone can join. So let's
yeah,
kindly share
everybody
the
can join now.
statuses to our groups, to family, to friends, because it's going to be a mind-blowing experience. If there's one thing I would tell you that you will take from a Paa Kwesi Folson speaking engagement session, is the fact that you're going to learn new stuff. You're going to take away so much, like so much. So let's just share the link. We just don't want people who would be selfish with the knowledge we are going to get. We want to share it with everybody so that everybody will be on the same level as we are. Let's just share the link, share the link to everyone, and I think we are
Okay.
good to go. We are good to go.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. So we are now almost about we're about 100 people now. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. I really didn't expect the numbers that we have, astronomical. All right. So let's start. How many of you are excited to be here? It's the public speaking edge. How many of you are excited? How many of you are ready for today? How many of you have been ready since when we started sharing? How many of you have been ready? You've been ever ready. Let me feel the energy. How many of you have been? When Fred says, "I am," uh-huh. I want to see the people who have been ready. It's not that you are ready now. You have always been ready. I'm so excited, really. Okay, me, Phyllis says, "I am ready." I am Shelmith. Okay, now let me know what country you're coming from. I understand that we have a lot of people from different countries. We have people from Kenya, London, Ghana, wherever. So just let me know wherever you're coming from, your name and where you're coming from. Okay, let's meet each other over here. So your name and where you're coming from. You could just say, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm coming from Kenya. I'm coming from Rwanda. I'm coming from Ghana. Wherever you're coming from." Okay, there are different people over here. So I just want to see. Okay, so just let me know where you are coming from. I just want to know. Okay, so Ghana. I see Ghana. I see Ghana. Ghana. Thank you. Okay, wherever you are coming from. Okay, just put the country here. Ghana. All right. All right. So Ghana. All right. Kenya. All right. So we have somebody from Kenya. We have somebody from the US. Thank you. We have somebody from Ghana. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So the Ghanaians are representing. Okay. As you guys know, I'm from Ghana myself. So I can see the Ghanaians representing Ghana. Okay. Who else? Right. Um, so Ghana. I'm seeing, is it Liberia? Is it Liberia or Nigeria? Let me see. All right, Nigeria. Okay, all right. So thank you all. Uganda. That's amazing. Is that South Africa? I see. All right. South Africa, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you. Kenya again. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I can see that there are some people who are still joining the Google Meet. We are not using the Google Meet anymore. So very much just tell people to join using the YouTube. Okay. I can see some people is like telling me I can see some people joining the Google Meet. Okay. All right.
All
So thank you all. All right. So thank you all for joining. This is the public speaking edge. I don't want to take so much of your time. I understand that some people have different time zones. For people in Kenya, it's about 10 a.m. No, it's about to be 10, so it's 9:58, so basically 10 p.m. Sorry. In Nigeria it should be 7 p.m. In Ghana, and in Nigeria it should be getting to 8 p.m. In Ghana is about to get to 7 p.m. That is 30 minutes from the time we planned. So we want to be able to get started with everything now. What I want to do is this. I want to be able to give you the best experience possible. I've been doing a lot of webinars, I've been doing a lot of events. In fact, um we're so overwhelmed. Our public speaking calendar is so full and everything. Now, when I put this event together, the idea of this was to be able to put together an event whereby it's not the normal public speaking knowledge that you get every time. Usually people go for stuff and they learn generic things. Okay, what do I mean by generic? They just tell you, oh, just tell a story, just do this. Like, they don't understand. People don't understand the concept of public speaking. And today I want to take all of us from the point of problem to the point of solution. Or even if you're a great speaker already, or even if you're good with speaking, okay, I just want to clarify on this. This, I had some people say, I want to get money from public speaking. This is not the session. This is about the skill of public speaking. Okay, now the thing is that you don't know everything about the skill of public speaking, but there's some things that I want to show you today. Okay, now the money things and those things, those that's from like some other session. I know some people saw my some testimonials running around of how I've been able to help people monetize public speaking and stuff, but this is not the session. Okay, this is the session where we help you to become an effective communicator. And you know the interesting thing, guys, I wasn't feeling too well about 2 days ago, and even today, but I've been healed. Glory to God, right? So I've been healed, and I'm so happy that I have the strength to be able to talk to all of you and then empower you. Okay, Ebenezer Monday from Ghana. All right, so thank you, all of you. I've seen all of your messages. Now, let's get started with a public speaking edge. I have come not to take your time. I've put slides together so the slides will guide me. I'm not going to be speaking off the top of the dome. Otherwise, will probably be a 3 hour session. I don't want it to be that. I want you to stay to the end. And at the end, I have a gift for all of us. So the moment you miss everything that's at the end, I don't know. Like, so you have to stay to the end. I have gifts and I have stuff to show you. So I want you to stick through everything. Today is just going to be a session between you and I. And yes, okay. So first of all, let's do this thing, okay? I didn't want to do it, but I want us to do it right now. All I want you to do is type this one word. Just type this word, nonsense. I want to see everybody type that word. You understand what I mean by that, but just type that word for now. Just type nonsense. You understand? You understand, I promise you. Just type that word. Type it, nonsense. Let's go type it. The session, okay, at this point, the session will be recorded. That's so bad. Let's all type nonsense. You understand? I'm going to explain to you, okay? You understand what it means, okay? Nonsense. So, right. You understand. Let's all type it. Add energy. I like the people who are laughing and adding more ease. You are my favorite people. If you're adding more ease to it, I want the energy to it, okay? Regardless of where you are, regardless of, I know there are so many people here, people who are in their 40s, 50s, and people who are, no matter where you are, okay? I want you to just type that, okay? I'm going to explain to you what that means. Now, nonsense, all right? Now, what I mean is that everything that I'm going to teach you today is practically nonsense. Now, why am I saying this? How many of you have heard this saying before that knowledge is power? How many of you have heard it before? How many of you have heard it before that knowledge is power? If you've heard knowledge is power before, let me see you. Let me see in the chat section. If you've heard that knowledge is power before, if you've heard that knowledge is power, okay. If you've ever heard that knowledge is power, let me know. Say I've heard it. If you've ever heard that knowledge is power, okay. How many of you have heard that thing before? Knowledge is power. They tell people that, right? Okay. Bernard says he has. Walter says he has. Okay. How many of you have heard it before? Knowledge is power. Okay. Now, even though they tell you that knowledge is power, let me tell you guys, knowledge is not power. Hmm. I've come to tell you guys that knowledge is not power. Why am I saying that? Okay. You can accrue all of the knowledge, and in fact, I like to liken knowledge to a paracetamol pill. This is a chewing gum packet, but just imagine that this was a paracetamol pill, right? Now, anybody who was sick, all right, and you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you information and knowledge about what is happening to you, the knowledge itself will not do anything to you. Even if he recommends the best medicine, gives you the knowledge of the best medicine that will cure your sickness or your headache at the moment, that knowledge will not do anything for you until you take the paracetamol pill. You take it, you drink water, you swallow it, and boom. So what does that mean? That means that knowledge is not power. It is the application of knowledge that is power. Ah, did you catch that? That means it is knowledge is not power. It is the application of knowledge that is power. Guys, do you know what that means? That means that everything you hear me say, if you do not go and apply them, if you do not take action with the stuff that I've given you, it's purely one word: nonsense. Hmm. If you understand the word right now, if you understand why I said we should use it right now, I want you to drop I want you to drop that word again. Are you understanding me? So the moment you do not go and apply, it is nonsense. Now the reason why I say it this way is so that it never leaves your mind. If I just tell you that knowledge is power and knowledge is not power, it's the application of knowledge that is power, you forget that saying in no time. But when I tell you nonsense, you never forget that word. Mm, I getting it. I can see people are getting it. Okay, so I need you to go apply. Okay, how many of you are going to promise me that you're going to apply the stuff I shared today? How many of you? Okay. All right. I love the energy. Thank you guys. The energy is massive today. It's so beautiful to see this. Okay, so the public speaking edge, how to become an effective speaker without struggle. Now, before I go on, I want you to share with me what you hope to learn today. Okay, I know we're talking about how to become an effective speaker, but I want to hear from you. What do you want to learn today? I know I'm going to hear a lot of different things, but I want to hear from you. Just type it out. What do you want to learn today? What do you expect to gain from the session today? That's what I mean to say. What do you expect to gain from the session today? Because we're talking about how to become an effective speaker. Okay, that makes sense now. Yes, there is. It makes sense now. Now I'm sure to never leave your mind. Anytime you hear the word nonsense, just remember that it means I have to apply. Anytime you go to a seminar or you go to a place, a webinar, an event, and you take the information and you not apply, you've categorized it into the nonsense category. And that's the mistake a lot of people make. And that's why when they go to seminars and webinars, they are not able to transform their lives. It's because they just take the information that people give for granted, or they take it lightly, or they just see it as just another thing. This is not just another event, okay? This is not just another event. All right. So we'll apply. Okay. So all right. So today we come to learn how to become an effective speaker and communicator. Even if you are not a naturally good speaker, or even if you're already good and you want to become better, okay, because there are realms to it. There are realms to everything. Okay, people see Vusi today and they love the way Vusi presents. They love the authority with which he goes. But do you know that he's a trained speaker? So you want to get into public speaker, you want to be a better speaker, you want to refine your presentation skills for the office, wherever you are. The whole thing is this, guys. You need the knowledge. I was telling somebody, okay, that if you want to have mastery or significant dominance over every skill, practice is not enough. You need something called tactics plus practice. Then you have significant dominance and mastery over that skill. The moment you only practice, you probably not make it. Practice is not enough. Practice never makes perfect. Okay, it's perfect practice that makes perfect. So you need to have some form of strategy. Imagine you're always practicing the wrong thing. You always have wrong results. So the thing is about having the right strategy. Stephen Curry, I hear, shoots a lot of about 1,000 balls or something every after. I'm not too sure about the statistics or the correct number, but after training he does a lot of throwing and everything. And it's not just him practicing; it's because he's practicing with a form of precision. He's practicing with a particular strategy, or he's practicing with tactics at his disposal. So when he's practicing the right thing. Okay, but so many people are just practicing and they're practicing without technique, they're practicing without strategy, they're practicing without tactics. And when that happens to you, no matter how you practice, you are not going to be perfect. No matter how you practice, you're not going to have significant dominance. So this session is to be able to give you the tactics and the strategy and the technique and the understanding and the comprehension of what it takes to become an effective speaker. I'm going to break down in our brief period that we're going to be here for. I'm going to break down everything that you need to become an effective speaker. I'm going to explain some things. So I just want you to take your time, get your notes right now, and everything will change. Today, I'm not in my mode where I'm going to be sharing all those deep things. Usually, people know me for those things, those peppers and things. Today is not that. Today, I'm straight in my business mode. Okay, so I want to be able to help all of you. Straight skills, straight is. I'm not going to all the deep things and vision for now. For that, join the School of Lumen. We'll show you some deep things. Okay, so we'll leave this straight for the we'll leave this straight for work, okay, for people who are trying to improve their lives one way or another. So this is a free webinar. Thank you all for joining once more. I really appreciate all of you once more. Let's get started. Okay, how to become an effective communicator. Okay, so some people said, I want to be a good communicator and be able to present and communicate my ideas during presentations. That's Owusuwa Kwarting. And Maud says she wants to learn how to, she expects to learn how to organize a speech. Um, Aduni says he expects to learn how to get his audience engaged. Thank you so much for those of you that said the things that you want to learn today. All right, so let's get into everything. Okay, now I want you to understand that. Okay, now I want you to understand something, right? When it comes to public speaking, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. Now, the whole thing is this. The whole the whole the whole thing is this, right? A lot of you have gone to a lot of public speaking seminars. You've gone to a lot of public speaking events. You've been to so many places that are supposed to teach you about public speaking. Now, there are so many of you who have lost opportunities all because you are not good at public speaking. For example, I have the opportunity. Okay, so the thing is this: I have the opportunity because I'm a business owner. I have the opportunity to be able to interview people. People also bring me as a guest to their interview panel sessions, and then we interview people. Okay, so I've interviewed a lot of people. I've interviewed a lot of people. A lot of people. I'm telling you, I've interviewed a lot of people. And there are some people who go to interviews, and then it's not that they don't know the thing. The only thing is that they don't know how to communicate their ideas. There are some of you who go to who are at work and you are expecting a promotion. Jim Rohn said this thing, okay? He said, if you really want to succeed, whether in a job, you have to work harder on yourself than work harder on your job. What does that mean? A lot of people think that if I'm going to be able to get a promotion within my job, within everything that I'm doing, then I have to be able to work harder on my job. They want to be able to do things, be giddy giddy, and be organizing this, be trying to be seen, all of that. No, no, work harder on yourself. The more that you improve, for example, if you're an engineer and all you do is just engineering work, I'm telling you, it will take you some time. You get promoted, but it's going to take you some time. Now, imagine if you're an engineer who was able to also do a lot more of presentations. You were so good at it that anytime you spoke, people were persuaded. Imagine anytime you go to a place, people were convinced of a particular idea. There was a product that people were not buying from you, and all of a sudden, because of the way that you are able to speak effectively, now people want that. Okay, now your company will not just see you as an engineer, they'll now start flying you to places because they know you are the best person, or you can lead a particular group, because communication allows you to then lead. So there's so many of you who have lost opportunities. There's so many of you that have turned down, that haven't been able to succeed when it comes to job searches, or you've gone to a presentation and nobody's listening to you, and all of these things. I'm literally from an event today. I went for an event and I was listening to different people and their speeches and everything. Now, the whole thing is this. While I was listening to them, while I was listening to some of when I was listening to some of them, I was saying that a lot of them. Oh, excuse me, just 1 minute. All right, perfect. So while I was listening to them, I was seeing that a lot of people are not so good when it comes to public speaking, and it's not their fault, guys. It's not their fault. And for all of you here to listening to me, it may not be your fault too as well. There are so many of you who have lost opportunities, as I've said. Now, there are also so many of you that have gone to certain places. You wish you could speak, but you are so scared. You're so shut up inside of you. Okay, all of that, and you really want to be confident, you really want to take up opportunities, but because of that fear, you're not able to take up these opportunities. There are so many of you who are also fairly good, but you know that there's something missing inside of it. The way that you speak, there's something missing. What if this session is the session for you? And in fact, not what if, it is the session for you. The whole thing is this, guys. it's not your fault. A lot of people go to so many events, they read articles, they watch stuff on YouTube, and all of these things, right? And the only thing is that it's not their fault. They just didn't have the right person to explain to them. And for me, that's the reason why I put this webinar app, is because I want to be able to, what I want to do is that I want to be able to help all of us. I want to be able to help all of us in terms of how how we can improve our public speaking, but not the average way. I want to be able to help you to become an effective speaker. That's the only thing. All you need is the right person. And I believe that me, the thing about me is this: the difference between me and all those other public speaking coaches that some of you go to, is that those people don't actually speak. All they do is public speaking coaching, and they chop your money. You go and realize that there's some public speaking coach who is coaching you. The person barely does speaking engagements. The person, when was the last time the person spoke? And the person has only done one event in the next 6 months. Why are you learning from that person? And of course, you pay the person some money and the person is frustrated. And so for me, being a public speaker itself, I realized that there's so many people within the industry who are not teaching people things that really had value. So I decided to put this event together so that I could be that right person enlightening all of you. I know there are so many of you who already know things. So many, I don't know everything, but I know that the things that I know will be able to help all of you get results. Now the thing is this: it's not just about me. You see, there are some people who are good at public speaking, but they don't know how to coach others. Let me show you something. When I first started public speaking, there was this lady that I met over here. Meet well, I'm losing her name. Doris. Meet Doris. Okay. Now this is way back when I started public speaking. Okay, I mean, when I started, I'll say, like, professionally. Let me put it this way. Okay, when I started public speaking coaching professionally. Now, this lady was brought to me by somebody. They said, "Oh, there's this person who is about to go for this big opportunity within their school, whatever, and she's going for a very important vetting, but she's so shy, and they wonder how she's going to be able to do this whole thing." So the person thought of me and recommended the person to me. Now, at this time, I wasn't as big as I am now. Now we have literally over hundreds of people on the call right now. At the time, I was still just a little public speaking coach over there somewhere. So they brought her to me. Okay. Now when she came, as soon as I saw her, I just knew that this person is timid. Like, she was timid, guys. I'm telling you, like, not timid per se, but you could just tell that she wasn't that type of. She's like a person that when she's in an enclosed place, she's fine, but when she meets somebody new, she's talking to somebody new, she's presenting an idea, sorry, she's presenting an idea in front of somebody new, in front of a group of people, she gets a bit intimidated. And that's the whole thing. Okay, so there are some people who face that same challenge, so they brought her to me, and I was like, oh yeah, fine, they can bring her to me. And you know the crazy thing, the engagement or the vetting that she was going for was the next day, literally the next day. So she had come to me in the afternoon, I think around 12 o'clock. And I'm like, wow. So when she came, at first, when she came, we started talking. I asked her a few questions and everything. And guys, I figured out everything. And after we were done with our session, the way she came in and the way she left, it was like two different human beings. She had now left with so much of energy and everything, from somebody who was not good at all. This is her. She's called Doris. Now, guys, guess what? The thing that blew my mind is this: when she went for the vetting results, as you can see her name, she's called Doris. Doris, the person who could not talk, the person who was not good, who was a bit intimidated, she came to me. Literally over here, as you can see, this person got 76.5%. I kept this thing because I knew it was going to be a result for that I'm going to show to somebody and say that yes, I can also help you. 76.5%, 68.5%. Da, 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 da. You know what? She was the highest in literally 24 hours of her coming to me and then leaving. So the thing is this: it's not just I know how to do public speaking. No, 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 no. Being able to show somebody how to do it is a skill in itself. Being able to transfer an idea, being able to help you understand and live it is something that I've been doing. This is Doris, literally. Okay. So I literally picked her the day before. And guys, the thing is this: if you don't believe me, feel free to always text her. Okay. Feel free to always. She's called Doris in Kruma. I wish I could add her. She left a recommendation on my LinkedIn page. You can open my LinkedIn page. What I do on LinkedIn is this: I don't ask people for recommendations. Usually people now I don't do that. But I think sometime I kind of did, but people usually then ask me, please, can I leave a recommendation? I don't beg people to, hey, give me a recommendation. No, I don't do that job. Okay, I don't do that. It depends on what type of event, but mostly generally I don't. Like a recommendation on LinkedIn, I don't do that. If it's a testimonial, that's different, but a recommendation on LinkedIn, no, not at all. She left me a recommendation on LinkedIn. I wish I could open that for you, um just so that you can see everything. I think I added it somewhere, but let's just look at this, okay? So I took her literally from in 24 hours, from being somebody who was timid to becoming somebody who was able to top her vetting. Literally, this is just one of the results, and this is when I started. How much more now? Okay, this is her. Okay, as you guys can see, Doris Nkrumah. All right. Paa Kwesi Folson is a naturally good speaker. He's very confident, knowledgeable, and outspoken. Da, 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 all of that. Being the only female contesting with three strong guys. Okay. She was going in against three strong guys. She was afraid. She didn't know anything. This is somebody who are just take the person like a starter. Okay. And just like that, in 24 hours, I know it's amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm seeing the wow, wow, wow. Right? Okay. So if that can happen for her, guys, I'm telling you, it can happen for you and more. And I'm going to show you more things. It's not just about the fear, it's about being able to build the skill of public speaking. Now, let me just show you this. Okay. So what we are going to do is this. I don't want to keep so long talking a lot about results and stuff at the beginning here, but I want to be able to help you in this free webinar to become an effective public speaker without struggle. I want you to become so confident that whenever you enter any room, it's like there's this, it's like, who is this person who is so good? And that's what I want to do. So by the end of this webinar, I'm going to teach you something called the SEP framework that will make you a highly effective communicator, whether you're a beginner or not. Okay, so imagine if you're already good. I'm going to show you something that is going to make you an effective communicator. Now, by the way, I want to say this: if you're a good speaker, does not mean you are an effective communicator. I'll get into that. I'll get into that. I'm going to show you how to become a highly effective communicator. That means that whenever you go into a space, the way your aura should even tell something. Okay, I'm going to go into that. I'm going to show you, and the framework I'm going to show you is called the SEP framework. So by the end of the webinar, you will learn this. Okay, now remember, stay once you stay up to the end of the webinar, I do have a gift for all of us. So I want you to stay up all the way up to the end of the webinar. Then I'm going to show you how to break free from the top 5 beliefs that hold people from becoming an effective speaker. Now, I don't know if you know, but there are usually 5 things. There are 5 things that hold you from being a top public speaker or being an effective communicator. There are 5 things, and I'm going to show them to you. The moment I show this to you, it's going to help, it's going to remove. You see, what happens is this: some people learn the skill set, and because they don't learn the mindset, they now become useless. Mhm. Useless is even a harsh word. It's a harsh word. Oh my god, why did I use that? It's so harsh. When you have a skill set without a particular mindset, you can never skill up to a particular level. The thing is this: like, you need to have a corrected belief system so that you can have so that your skill will be able to gain full expression. Are you getting me? If you get me, if you get what I'm trying to say, just say I get you. Just type I get you. Okay. So it's not just about the skill sets. Many people are trying to learn all of the skills. Many people are trying to learn all of the skills. But it's not just about the skills, guys. If you have the skill without the mindset that can allow the skill to gain full expression, you are basically wasting it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to break free, sorry, from the top 5 things that are holding you or preventing you from becoming an effective speaker. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Another thing is this: I'm going to show you the number one thing. There's one thing, okay, that if you learn, it will allow you to it will allow you to be speaking effectively, whether like you are prepared or not. Like, imagine if you entered a place, sorry, you entered a place, you were not prepared. when you begin to speak, then it's like, has this person prepared for days, or like does this person have the presentation as like at the back of the mind? Like, how do you become an effective speaker whereby whether you're prepared or not? Imagine if you're in your office and then they just say, hello, come somebody do this sales pitch for me at this place. You are going to this place to go and do this presentation at this place. And then all of a sudden, like, you can just go there, you don't need to prepare, they just give you a bunch of things. And then when you go there, it's not like you are just doing some mediocre thing. Like, you are so good that people will not even just say you did well. People will say, oh my god, you were amazing. There's one thing, and I'm going to teach you that one thing. Okay, I'm going to teach you that one thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you the SEP framework. I'm going to show you how to be able to break free from the top 5 beliefs that holds people from becoming an effective speaker. Number 3, I'm going to show you the number one thing that will allow you to speak effectively, even if it's prompt to or you were not prepared. Okay, so the final thing is that I'm going to show you how to speak in a way that commands attention, that earns respect and positions you as an authority without needing years of practice. Okay? All right. So imagine, like, there are so many people who have now advanced within the skill of public speaking. All right. But the thing is this, they just don't know. They just don't know the best ways, okay, so that they can speak with confidence or they can command attention. And so that's what I want to be able to show you. By the end of the webinar, you're going to learn these things, okay? So I want you to keep these things in mind. If you can even take a screenshot of it, that's fine, okay? And I'm going to show you some things, right? I'm going to show you some massive things, okay? So yeah, I've added the Doris thing, okay? So in case, all right, so she said, oh, Paa Kwesi Folson is a naturally good speaker. He's very confident, knowledgeable, and outspoken. He has the ability to use stories and examples to make points. My first encounter with him was a day before my vetting. I told you, just literally a day. I'm not saying this. I did not force her to say this. As you can see, the date is when 2022. 2022. This is what, almost 3 years ago. 3 years ago. How much more now that I coach executives? Now that I've helped a lot of people. We did our workshop, literally sold out. Okay, now if I can do this for her in 2022, do you know what I can help you do in this webinar? And that's why I put this together, right? So let me just say this, okay? Now I know there's so many people who have heard of me. That's why you probably joined this session, and you've probably heard of me one way or another, but and they read my bio too. Berma read my bio on the Google Meet, so some of you did hear that. But for some of you who have not known me or met me before, I want to introduce myself to you briefly, at least from my perspective, and then I help you to, like, you see, the whole thing is this: you can listen to anybody speak, but why should they listen to you? I don't know why you should listen to me. Okay, you are here over here, but why should you listen to me? And that's what I want to be able to explain. Okay, now I want first things first. I've done over 100 speaking engagements within the past 18 months. Like, that's only the 18 months alone, and I've been speaking professionally for more than 18 months. So hundreds and hundreds of talks, literally. Now, if you look over here, you will literally not see one picture here that's repeated. I don't think so. Not one picture. There are so many pictures of me speaking. Like, I didn't even have space. I had to, like, plunge them. I literally, okay. Now the reason why I'm showing this is this: I've spoken to different diverse audiences. Okay, I've organized workshops where it's literally topic only CEOs, literally over there. I've organized events or I've spoken at events where it was solely women. I've spoken at events where it was just men. I've spoken at events, intimate sessions where we do small workshops. I've done people of different age groups in their 50s, in their 40s, literally diverse people. I've been you go come to my shows, you see, you come to some of the programs that I am speaking at, you see people from different countries, you see people who have different skin colors, literally everything. So I understand speaking. Okay, I want you to understand that I've done so many of them. So with all of these things, I've been able to refine my knowledge. Not only that, I've been able to, like, it's proof of concept that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, the reason I'm saying this, the reason why a lot of you are not getting results in public speaking, even though you've gone for another public speaking seminar or a webinar, is because you are learning from people who do not even speak themselves. Maybe if they speak once in a while. I do this every time. Every single time. This is my life. This is what I do. Like, we get so booked right now. our calendar is so booked that we don't even know what to do. Okay, now it's not here. I'm not here. I'm just letting you know that you have to learn from somebody who's proven. Okay, somebody who actually does these things. And if you don't have somebody like that, it's going to be very hard for you to really grasp the skill and then excel in the skill. Okay, so this is not just one. I don't know. You can take a screenshot of your encounter. I don't know how many of them are in this. I had to fit them, all of them. But this is me speaking literally at different places, right? Now, not only that, I'm probably one of the highest paid speakers where I'm from, especially within West Africa, within my like probably within within my age group or within my age range. Not even only that, I'm probably one. I know, not even probably. I know I am. This is me training one company. Like I've been training companies. I don't just do public like large gatherings and conferences. I do corporate trainings. I do all of those things, right? And we've trained different companies from different places. We have even different people inviting us, and I'm one of the highest paid speakers. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that usually, if you people can't pay you for something, that it means you're not an expert. There's some people who are just public speaking coaches on the internet. Nobody ever pays them for their knowledge or brings them to share an idea. That's because they probably are not an expert. The moment people begin to take you from different places and say, "Hey, we believe you are worth it. We believe you are worth the experience. You are worth the money that we are giving you," then that shows that the person does have some value. Okay, if there's no price attached to the person's name, the person probably doesn't have any value. So this is me. I'm showing you this so that you get to know that yes, I've been doing this for some time now. Let me just even show more of this. Okay, now how many of you here know TEDx? Okay, how many of you here know TEDx? TEDx, how many of you here know TEDx? Do let me know. How many of you? I know everybody here probably knows TEDx. All right, if you do know TEDx, now this is an invitation from one of the TEDx events, okay, to me to coach people to speak at the TEDx event. Now, TEDx is already a place where they bring great speakers, they bring people who already have great ideas and everything. And guys, guess what? They've brought me to train those speakers. Some of them are already, in fact, I'm the type of person that public speaking coaches even come to, and then allow me to at least allow me to talk about myself today. Usually I don't talk about myself, so today I want to talk about myself. Okay, usually I want to talk usually I want to talk about I don't talk about myself often, but I want to do that for now. Okay, so look at this, right? Public speaking coaches sometimes book me to learn my theories and stuff to go and show to the other people, because it's like the stuff that I share, you find them on YouTube. You don't find them on YouTube. I'm telling you, we have deeper sessions. Some of the things that you not find them on YouTube, you not find them anywhere. It's not like these stuff are golden nuggets. So TEDx literally brings me. I've had a few recommendations now, just so that you can see this bigger. I've made it bigger over here, so as you can see my name. I am adding all of this as evidence so that nobody will say that, oh, he just faked some things. No, 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 no. The number is everything that you can call and verify. Right. So as you can see, dear Paa Kwesi Folson. All right. So I've literally coached people who have spoken at TEDx stages. So I've done this at the highest level. Okay. I want you to understand this. I just want you to get the idea of who I am if you don't know who I am. All right. So I've showed you that I'm one of the highest paid speakers. I've done a lot of speaking engagements. I've coached people at TEDx events. Now, not only that, I've done the events that I've done is not just me and some random people. I've spoken on stages with politicians. These are literally politicians who are from here in Ghana. So this guy over here is really one of my top business idols that I admire so much. He literally owned a bank. Like, I'm not talking about he was the MD, an appointed MD. No, this is a founder, and he started banks that were international. That was an international bank, and literally me having the opportunity to share with them. This is me over here with, for people who are in Ghana. This is one of MP, the parliamentarian's wife. Okay, this is John Dumelo's wife. This is me speaking on after I'd spoken. She was telling me some impressive things like, oh, she has never heard a young speaker like this, all those kind of things. With the banking guy that I was talking about, he was telling me that he was so impressed with everything I was doing. This is me over here with somebody called Olankule Shorian, like one of the biggest speakers in Africa, like literally. You see Vusi, after Vusi, you can place this guy as one of the top speakers in Africa. This guy is so big. Now listen to what he says about me. Okay, now I'm doing this so that you just understand the weight is not this information is not just coming from a regular person, but I want you to understand that you are going to get the best of value today, the best of value. Okay.
That's BKF, incredible gentleman, amazing.
Can you guys hear, by the way? I want to know if you can hear. If you can hear, do let me know that you can hear, and then I play the video, and then we continue. I'm going to show you a few more things. All right. So just let me know. Can you hear when I play the video? Did you hear it when I play the video? Did you hear? All right. Did you hear? Okay, Catherine says she had. Right. So listen to what he says about me. All right. So let's start it.
That's BKF, incredible gentleman, amazing rising star. Watch out for this guy. Something is coming, and it's a weight. The world will feel it, and it's going to manifest. Keep moving.
All right. This is one of the biggest speakers calling me a weight. Now, I want you to understand that when somebody who does the thing, when somebody does the thing for when somebody he has doing it for over 3 decades, he knows the people who are good and not okay, who are good and the people who are not good. It's not everybody you see speaking that is effective. Okay, I want you to understand. I just want you to understand. Okay, I just want you to understand. Now, not only that, I've been on newspapers, radio, TV, whatever. Literally, like, I don't want to talk so much. Okay, this is me at one of my workshops. Literally sold out workshop that we had. Another thing is this. Okay, this is one lady who came for my session. Listen to what she had to say. All right. I don't want to go to play everything. I just want you to see that it's repeatable success. Okay. Now, if you want to read more about me, just go to my website, www.paakwesifolson.com. I don't have time to share a lot more of the stuff that I've done. I've done so many things, I've even trained bank MDs, everything. Okay. Understand this. You're about to get the best of value. All right. How many of you are excited now? How many of you are excited now? Now you know who's talking to you. How many of you are excited now? Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So let's take a look at the false beliefs that are holding you back. Okay. Now, for some of you, speaking is very difficult for you. When you go to a place and you are speaking, you cannot even project your voice. It's like you're speaking and you don't even, there's no power, almost like there's there's this there's this squirrel talking, right? There's no power behind your voice. Okay. There are some of you, you go to places and that's the whole thing. Now, I want to be able to correct a few false beliefs that a lot of people have, because people have these belief systems that they carry with them that literally define the way they see public speaking and defines the way they are able to speak when it's time for them to present in front of people or present an idea in front of an audience or present something to a group or a gathering of people. There are some false beliefs that are holding you back from being an effective speaker, and I want to expose them today. Okay. First one is this. Some people believe that I'm just not a natural speaker. Some people have it and I don't. I want you to understand this, guys. First things first. I want you to say this, okay? Or you can write this down. Speaking is not something that you are born with. It's a skill. Now, the thing about skills is that skills can be learned. Skills can be learned or learned. All right? Whatever you want to say. So you can learn skills. So if you believe you were not a natural speaker, that is like nobody's a natural speaker. I'm not a natural speaker. Now I want you to understand this. The reason why people and some people argue and say, oh, some people are actually naturally good speakers. Who told you? The whole thing is this: who here was born and the person was already talking from day one. Like they gave birth to you and you didn't say mommy, mommy, mommy. You're not even crying that you're not yeah, yeah, yeah. You're saying mommy, mommy, I want food, I want this, I want that. How many of you were born like that? Let me know. If you were born like that, I'll send you $100 right now. Let me know. How many of you were born that way? You were born and you were already talking. None of us. Nobody was born that way. The fact that you were put on this earth, Listen to me. And then imagine if you were put you they give birth to you, and God forbid you were misplaced some way somehow, and they put you in some village somewhere. You will not be able to speak English. You'll be speaking something, and you adopt the speaking style of the people within your community. So the thing is that it's not like you were just born. If you were born as a great speaker, that means that's not you're born, and once you grew up, you already be speaking great and everything. It doesn't work like that. It is a skill that is learned. And this skill did not even start from now. It started all the way in the 14th century. During Aristotle's time, if you are not an orator, you are not allowed to even enter the political courts. So the whole thing is this, guys. You speakers are not speaking is a skill that you are not born is a thing that you're not born with. It's not a talent, it's a skill. You learn the art of speaking, you learn the skill of public speaking. So this is the false belief that some people carry, and I want you to remove it from your brain. You can actually be so great at public speaking. You can really refine your skill. You can fine tune it. Literally, you can literally fine tune your skill. I'm telling you, you can literally fine tune your skill. So even if you're not so good and you believe that, oh, you don't like the way you sound, there are some people who don't like the way they sound. At some point in my life, I didn't like the way I sounded. I didn't like the way I sounded. And guys, guess what? I worked on it. You see the way that even right now, I'm not even showing everything, but even the way that I'm speaking right now, that's not how I used to speak some 4 years ago. I had to refine my skill. That's the whole thing. So speaking is not something that you were born with. It's something that it's a skill. You can learn that skill. All right. So I just want you to understand. Don't carry that belief with you and go to a place. Oh, this person, he's already a good speaker. No, no, no. You can also learn it, and that's exactly why you're here to learn it. So first of all, I want to correct that mentality. Okay, there are no natural speakers. You actually have to learn it. Okay, nobody was born talking already. So I want you to understand that. Now, false belief number two. Some people believe that they have the time to always prepare before they speak. There's some people who say, "Oh, I don't want to," they don't want to learn public speaking or become effective speakers because every time they are going to present in front of somebody, and they'll always have time to prepare. Listen, guys. In the real world, you don't always have the luxury of time to prepare. So how listen, you can never be an effective speaker if you think you always have time to prepare. I'm telling you. If you truly want to be an effective speaker that will have mass appeal, that when people always recommend you for opportunities, people always say, "Oh, that's a great speaker." I'm telling you, you not always have the luxury of time to prepare. So effective speakers are the kind of people who, without preparation, boom, they could just call them and they'll just start speaking, and you're like, this person, we didn't even give the time. Listen, I do a lot of podcasts. Okay, the other time, last 2 weeks, I did radio. Every time I'm going to do a session, I always tell them, do not send me the questions. When I go sit down there, every podcast that you see of me on YouTube, on any platform, they don't send me the questions. In fact, everything that they say to me right there and then is literally, it's like, ah, I don't, and it's not about my life. Like, I'm literally giving deep. I'll explain that as we go deeper into everything. All right, but you don't always have time to prepare. I've been called up spontaneously for many opportunities, and I didn't have time to prepare. So you cannot always have time to prepare. So you can, until you understand that, you will never be an effective speaker. So you have to actually build the skill so that whether you're prepared or not, you can be a great speaker. False belief number three. You think public speaking only matters for people speaking on stages. Listen, guys, public speaking is not for people who are only going to stages. In fact, most of the people that I coach, a lot of them who actually use public speaking, they are not people who are always speaking on stages. Please, it's if you want to ace meetings. Like when they ask you something at a meeting, all you can say is, yes, I agree with the other person. How many of you you go to Teams calls and stuff, and you can't express yourself because you know that you are not so effective at public speaking. So it's something that you need to change. It's not only for people who are. It's for if you are a salesperson or you are into sales or marketing, or you are a founder. Public speaking and communication is so important for you. Now, I also want you to understand that public speaking is also known as one-to-many communication. So, in actuality, I almost said this. I forgot to say this, but I almost called this event the communication edge, not the public speaking edge. That's because communication is the skill that allows you to do public speaking. Public speaking is not the skill that allows you to do communication. Understand that? Communication is the skill that allows you to do public speaking. Public speaking is not the skill that allows you to do communication. So communicate when you learn communication skills, it amplifies everything. So in actuality, you're going to be learning how to be an effective communicator. That's the entire idea. But just that we are going to learn it in the arena of one to many presentations, but it's still the raw communication skill. What that means is that I'm going to empower you with stuff, whether I'm going to empower you with communication skills so that whether it's one-on-one, one to many, one to whatever, you can be able to speak and speak so well that people will ask you how you were able to learn the skill of speaking and of oratory. Okay, so that's what I want to help you correct. It's not only, I'm telling you, if you're a leader, or you're leading a team, or you aspire to lead a team, or you're a student, you are trying to do something, you're trying to lead a group, or you are trying to even do presentations. Listen, guys, you have to be the best, and it's not only for people who are in stages. Public speaking is for people, meetings, investment pitches. If you have a company, you are trying to invest, you are starting something, there's this idea that you have. How is that when you meet Dangote, if you meet Dangote, will you be able to express your ideas and communicate them in totality? Will you be able to express your ideas with clarity, will you be able to do that? Okay, you have to ask yourself that question. Okay, so this is what I want you to understand. It's not only for people who are speaking on stages. Number four thing is this: public speaking is not a luxury skill. Some people think, oh, I only have to learn public speaking when I get bigger in the corporate world and I'm now doing these talks and things. Listen, I had the opportunity. I wouldn't mention this person's name just for particular reasons. This is one of the biggest CEOs in this country, and I had the opportunity to be in an exclusive event with a person. This was in 2023, and there were probably about only 50 people in the place. It was just a small group, food, and you learning. All right. Now, by the way, that you see that's the difference between a webinar and a seminar. Webinar, the only thing is that you won't get to eat. But I think I should organize a seminar where food is. How many of you come where the food too is there? How many of you will be there? Right? You come also eat, and as you are learning, I'll be give you the gems that you'll be eating. I'll be giving you the nuggets that you also be eating. I think I should do one of those, a free one for everybody. I usually, the ones that I do that have food and everything, I usually paid, but I'll do one of that. By the way, so public speakers, and I'm saying that the lady who's a CEO, she was literally saying that. Now she was, in fact, how even say CEO? She was the MD of a bank. Now the bank at the time, oh, I don't want to mention the names. I was about to mention the bank's name. I don't want to mention it. Okay. Now the whole thing was this. Now in order, now they are shortlisted some candidates for the MD role. Now the whole thing was this: for that, they really wanted to test a few things. And not only that, because you're now the MD, you have to refine your speaking skills. Because now what happens is this: you're going to be running an entire bank. Now, when you run the entire bank, you'll be leading teams, you'll be doing all of that. And then now she was there, now looking for a public speaking coach. She was rushing looking for a public speaking coach. Meanwhile, she could have learned this long time, built the skill, so that when this opportunity comes, she's not now rushing for it. God being so good, she got one of the best coaches, which is not me, by the way, because I'm one of the best. She got somebody who was not me, but the person helped. And this is the person, I know the person. The person is a very top trainer. The person is a very top trainer. She got the person to be able to train her. Excuse me, 1 minute. Um, she got the person to be able to train her, and the person trained her, and she was able to ace the thing. Now, you shouldn't wait till a situation like that happens. It's not a luxury skill, it's a necessity. And I was telling you that even for people, it's not about working hard on your job, it's about working hard on yourself. When you work hard on yourself, whenever you go to a place, you'll be viewed as so valuable. Okay. So public speaking is a necessity. Like, even like the communication skill is what you need to be able to convince You need to be able to, if you have children, you can use to convince your children to do something because you've learned the science of communication, you've learned everything about speaking. So what if you are placed, you're going to look for a new job, all right? And then within that job, now because you've not built your public speaking skills, you are just casually like talking. I'm telling you, I've seen so many people who are good at public speaking get magnificent opportunities just because of the way that they speak, and because it's a soft skill. Technical skills can always be learned, soft skills can always be learned, but it takes longer. And that's why I'm happy you are here doing this. Somebody says, wow, facts, never thought of this in this light. Thank you so much. So finally, this is the false belief. Okay, people always have the fear of speaking and the fear of judgment. Oh my god, why's my head trying to ache me? All right, so I want you to understand this. Okay, listen, when it comes to the fear of public speaking, guys, listen to this. People never fear the cause, they fear the effect. Write that down. When it comes to the fear of speaking, people never fear the cause, they fear the effect. Write that down. In fact, type that in the comment section. When it comes to the fear of public speaking, when it comes to fear in general, fear, literally fear in general, people don't fear the cause, they fear the effect. Write that down. I want to see somebody type that. When it comes to fear, just say when it comes to fear, just type that. When it comes to fear, people don't fear the cause, they fear the effect. I'll explain what it means. All right. I want to see somebody type that. When it comes to fear, when it comes to fear, when it comes to fear, people, exactly. Thank you, Pastor Alo. People don't fear the cause, they fear the effect. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? For example, how many of you, especially for those of you who are in Africa, or for those of you in general, if how many of you were scared of a cane? How many of you know a cane, like a whip? I don't know. There are people from London who are also here in Nigeria, and I don't know. All right. How many of you are scared of a cane? How many of you are scared in school? You are scared of the cane. Now the thing is this: when they bust the cane out in school, for those of you, like, even they say if you do something great and if you do something bad, and they say bring your hand, and they start whipping your hand or they start lashing you. Now the thing is this: a lot of you, that stick, you can take that stick and break it into pieces. How many of you can break the canes into pieces? Those canes that they used to lash people with back when you're children, especially in Africa. A lot of you can just take that stick and break it. Boom. You just take it like this and break it into half. You can just put it on your knee, and to break. But the reason is that even though you can break it, which means that you are not actually scared of the stick, you are scared of the pain that it will inflict on you, the effect. So it's not the stick that is making you scared. It is the effect of the pain of it is the thought of the infliction that comes from the cane that is making you scared. I hope I'm opening somebody's mind right now. Are you with me? So the whole thing is this, guys. I'm now getting to everything. I'm getting to the deeper things, okay? So the whole thing is this: people are not scared of the stick. They are scared of the pain the stick will cause. In other words, the effect of the pain. All right. So it's the effect that they are scared of. So in public speaking, it's the same way. You are not scared of public speaking. You are scared of the things that will happen after you do public speaking. I'm keeping quiet so that it will marinate in your brain. So it is the fear of judgment, really. In fact, the fear of speaking comes from something called glossophobia. Glossophobia, I don't want to go too deep into that, but glossophobia comes from two words, and it's literally a Greek word. If you break it into syllables, we have glosso and phobia. Glosso comes from the Latin word known as the Greek word known as glossa. Phobia comes from the Greek word known as phobos, and that word phobos means to dread, and that word glossa means the tongue. That means you are literally scared of your tongue. But now in modern days, glossophobia means the fear of what? Speaking. I don't want to, you see, I'm trying my best not to go. Anybody that has heard me speak before, you know I can do these roots of words and stuff too easy. Like it's so easy for me, right? Now, that's the fear of speaking. So you are not scared, you are scared of what people will say about you. So I want to help you understand this. You see, many people, when you enter a room and you are speaking, for example, how many of you came here today and then you came here and said, oh, I want to be able to see Paa Kwesi make a bunch of mistakes today. Majority of you not, unless maybe you're a hater, you're an enemy. If you if you really want success for yourself, you want to become an effective speaker. You don't want to struggle with public speaking anymore. You want to be able to speak. And when you there's some of you who can only speak when you prepare. You want to come out so that you want to move out of that zone whereby even when you are not prepared and they call you, you are good. The whole thing is this. The whole thing is this, guys. Listen. The whole thing is this. The whole thing is this. You have to be able to tune yourself away from what people will say. In fact, people want to see your success more than they want to see your failure. Nobody will ever listen to you speak and then they want to see. No, no, no. In fact, many people want to come and learn first. So usually the reason why people make mistakes is that they are not confident in themselves. So they go into these speaking engagements or they go and speak, they go and give a sales pitch, an interview, an investment pitch, and they go speak on a stage, they go moderate a session, they're an MC for a place. And the whole thing is this. They go over there and then they bring their confidence is what the fact that they have low confidence or the fact that they are scared of making mistakes then actually manifest. So then that fear manifests into reality. So their mentality of fear then manifests into the reality of fear. Listen to what I'm saying. Their mentality of fear will then manifest into the reality of fear. And then because it manifests into the reality of fear, they end up making mistakes. And because they make the mistakes, now people will then judge them. But the whole thing about fear is that first you need to come in with confidence. Remove people are not going to say anything about you. If people say about things about you, key is in their minds. Your happiness is not in somebody's head. Somebody should write that down. Your happiness is not in somebody's head. Your happiness is not in somebody's head. Listen, if you were actually good, and another reason why people are also scared of the fear of public speaking is because they are not actually good. They are not actually good. So it's like because you're not good at speaking, you are scared to speak. Anything that you are good at. For example, there are some people who are very good at cooking. So whenever somebody says, "Oh, can you cook for me?" They'll be like, "Yes." You see the vim, the confidence that you come with. The reason why a lot of you also fear public speaking is not because you are not good at public speaking. You are not good at public speaking, and so you need to improve your skill. You need to go into a zone. You need to be in a place. That's why I'm happy you came here. Okay, that's why I'm happy you came here. You need to be in a place whereby you are able to impact people on a higher level. All right. So the fear of speaking and the fear of judgment. Okay, people are scared of that. That's for all of us. Okay, I just want to say that. Now that I've touched on these 5 years, okay, I just want to briefly go over them. Okay, the false beliefs that people have. Number one, I want you to understand that the skill of public speaking can be learned. There are no natural speakers. Okay, now I want you to understand that you don't always have the luxury of time. So you have to learn how to be an effective speaker who can speak even when you don't prepare. Okay. Number 3 is that no matter what you do, even the security man at a certain place who is guarding an organization needs public speaking skills. It's not a luxury skill, it's a necessity. And number 5 is that you need to actually build your real skills so that you stop fearing people. In fact, you are already, you see, you're already, in fact, can I say this? Can I say this? You are already a good public speaker. The fact that you can speak, the fact that you are able to produce words, that means that you are already a public speaker. I am not coming to create a public speaker out of you today. I am only coming to help that thing be manifested. You are already a good public speaker. It's not my job to now create a good public speaker in you. No, that's not what I'm about to do. The public speaker, once you have the ability to talk, if you have the ability to say A, B, C, D, E, You can say that you're already a good public speaker. I'm not the one about to create that in you. You're already a good public speaker. My job today, for all of the almost 100 people over here, my job for all of you today is that I'm about to let that thing be manifested through you. Okay, so that's what I have for you. So these are the 5 top beliefs. Now, I want you to understand this before I go into everything. I told you that I'm about to show you how to be an effective communicator. Before I enter that, I want you to understand this, that there are 3 types of communicators. It's not everybody that's an effective communicator. And you have to understand where you are in these types in order for you to then become an effective communicator. If you don't understand the different types of communicators, you cannot even dream of them becoming an effective communicator. What do I mean? Number one, there are a group of people called the mere communicators. Now, if you have the ability to talk, if you have the ability to say, my name is Sheila, or my name is Maud, or my name is Erica, I'm just mentioning, if I want you to be commenting and writing, the people who are commenting and writing, I'm looking at your names. I'm looking at your names, right? Yeah, these are the people who are engaging me. I know you people are here. Okay, I want you to engage as much as possible. Okay, guys, I just want to say this. Okay, for everybody here, I want to say this. Okay, I I came today and I decided to put together a very good presentation to be able to help us become great public speakers, or effective at public speaking, or effective at communication. So because I have brought my best to this program, or because I'm bringing top information to all of you, can I get a promise from all of you that you're going to give me your best, that you're going to engage, you're going to commit? Can I get that? I just want to do this before I continue. All right, can I get that? All right, can you promise me that you are going to give me your best, as in you are going to engage? Because I'm bringing my best to this, and this is a webinar. Okay, this is over the internet. I can see some of your faces, like when I go to places and there are 500 people literally packed there. I don't see this. So I want you to just all right. Okay, thank you, Bernard. Thank you, SL. Thank you to all the people who are commenting. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So just promise me, because like I'm sharing information, and I just don't want you to listen to me. And like I want you to also bring your best, like bring the energy. Just like it won't take you anything to just to type something. All right, it won't do that. Okay, nothing was going to happen. So I want you to do that. Okay, I want you to do that. Okay. Now, before I continue with this mere communicator. I want you to understand this. Okay, I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this. That the fact that you are on this webinar right now means that you can actually be a great public speaker. You can be that person whereby when you go to a place, you are able to speak and people will be captivated. You can go to any place without being prepared, and then it's going to happen for you. And that's why you are here. So I want you to have hope that you're going to actually pick something and massive today. Okay, so mere communicator. All right, so there's somebody called a mere communicator. So this is the first type of communicators. They are called the first type of communicators are people called the mere communicators. Mere communicators. All right, thank you all for promising. Vivian, Abby, Aduni, Ohima, Michael, thank you so much for at least promising to give me your best and engage. Thank you so much. There are people called the mere communicators. Now, the mere communicators are people who just have the ability to talk. You see, if you can say A, B, C, D, E, you're a communicator, all right. You can be a public speaker, all right, but you've not your skill. You don't have any understanding of the skill. You are just talking. It's like you're just a talker. You're not a speaker. You're just a talker. You just talk. That's all you do. That's a mere communicator. If, for example, you can pick anybody, like anybody can do public speaking. It's not public speaking. Anybody can do public speaking. I want you to understand. For example, if I pick somebody from the village and I just say, "Oh, can you hold the mic and say something to a group of people?" If there are 500 people and I brought somebody from the village and I give the person a mic, this is them saying some broken English and everything, and the person will just say, "Hello, and I'm glad to be here," and the person just say anything. Listen, the person has spoken all right. The person has engaged in some public speaking, but the person is not effective. The person is a mere communicator. All the person does is merely talk. Do you get it? So the first type of communicator are people who are mere communicators. These are people who do not have the basic skill of public speaking. You don't even know what to do. You don't know how to stand. You don't know how to project your voice and do something. You don't know all of these things. You don't know those ideas. You don't know all of that. Okay, these are the mere communicators. All right, these are the mere communicators. That's what you call mere communicators. Then we also have a group of people called the good communicators. Now, the good communicators are people who are kind of comfortable when they speak. It's like they are good. When you listen to them, it's like, this person is good at speaking. It's not like the person is good. The person is good, but you can say, oh, you did well, but you never get, oh, you are amazing. You blew my mind today. That's like when you hear them speak, you just know that, oh, the person is just good. Good communicators are the people who they can speak when they prepare, but when they don't prepare, they can't speak. How many of you are like that? It's like you are very you are now say you're very good, but you're just good. Like when they bring you, at least you can do some basic. These good communicators are people who just have average public speaking skills. It's like they can go to a place and then they can be able to stand and just they're okay. They're okay. Okay, these are good communicators. They're good communicators. What happens is that usually they do well when they prepare, but when they don't prepare, you see that is this person who this for example, if I thought, let's say, somebody on this call, like I don't know if there's a Kobna or Amma, this is the person's called Amma, and Amma is going to present, and whenever Amma presents, she is good, but Amma comes on some other day. She didn't have the chance to maybe prepare because she was rushing and all of that. And then she comes, and the same Amma who's always good every time is so bad at speaking that you are wondering, Amma pa, because you didn't prepare. This is how you are. You said that you've shined like that. So now you're not so good. You're not so good at public speaking. So the whole thing is this: if you're a good communicator, you may be able to speak when you're prepared, but when you're not prepared, you can't speak. That's what makes you a good communicator. You have average public speaking skills. And there's nothing extra. There's no extra dynamic to you. Okay, we're going to do our best. Okay, right. There's no extra level. Don't change exactly, right? Those are the two types of communicators. But I want to make you somebody called an effective communicator. Can we all type that? Effective communicator. I want to make you something called an effective communicator. This is the type of communicator that I want you to be. That is why I've taken it green. This is the type of communicator that I want you to be. I don't want you to be a mere communicator who has little to no public speaking skills. All you can just do is talk. Hello, my name is Erica Nelson. Hello, my name is Maud. Da da da. Hello, my name is Sheila. Hello, my name is Ohema. Hello, my name is Aduni. No, 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 no. You are just you have little to, and those people are the people who usually don't go so far. And I'm telling you, when you have your soft skills and you have good technical skills, you can really succeed. I'm telling you. There's this I spoke to one time. I had the opportunity to speak to one of the partners of one of the big four companies. Now, a big four company is like within the accounting space. They're like the big four accounting companies. There's EY, PwC, KPMG, Deloitte. I spoke to one of the partners of one of them. I don't want to mention the particular one. Right now, and the person was saying that, the person was saying that, a lot of people who are accountants think that, because they are just using numbers, they don't need public speaking and soft skills. But that was the one thing that was able to push her up the hierarchy of, because if you know about these big four organizations, it's very difficult to climb the top. It's very difficult to climb the hierarchy of all of these things. But she was like, when one of the things that gave her an edge was communication. Okay, so when you learn public speaking and you're not just a good communicator, you're not just a good public, you're not just good at speaking, you are effective. It changes the whole ball game. Effective communicators are the people who, whether they've prepared or they've not prepared, they can walk into a room and vroom. Guess what? They can walk into a room and they've not prepared. Even if they don't prepare, they walk in and they're able to deliver. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's what you call an effective communicator. Whether they've prepared or they've not prepared, they are able to hold a crowd. Now, I think about they are able to hold the crowd. They are able to speak as if they've they've been practicing all their lives. That's what you call an effective communicator. Not only that, they are also able to really engage the audience. You see, let me give you one of the biggest public speaking lessons. Oh my god, should I say this right now? Oh my god. Should I say this? I'll say this. I'm not going to forget this, okay? Let me note this down over here. I've noted it down. I'm not going to forget it. I'm going to give you one of my biggest public speaking lessons that made me, or that has been able to make me exceptional when it comes to public speaking, especially when I'm speaking. This is a webinar, okay? I've come to train you. I'm not doing necessarily doing public speaking, but I'm speaking all right. And I think Okay, so effective communicator. I've seen. Thank you all of you who are typing it. Effective communicator. Now, let me show you the difference between mere communicators, good communicators, and effective communicators. Now, number one thing is this: mere communicators only talk. That's all they do. Mere communicators talk. Good communicators, they inform. So they are not only talking, but they inform. When they say inform, that means that they make sure that you understand. That's what they do. They make sure that you understand. So you get to understand what they are saying. They're okay. So they are able to speak in a way that is comprehensive, that people can be able to comprehend. That's all good communicators can do. But they are nothing more beyond that scope. They don't even operate beyond that scope. All they can do is inform. There are some people, all of you, there are some people over here, all you can do is just talk. That's all you can do. There's some good communicators when they go to places, and good communicators sometimes they feel comfortable within their space. They think, okay, I'm an okay communicator, so it's fine. You don't need to be okay, guys. Okay, average is a disease. It's worse than COVID, worse than any epidemic or pandemic that we've ever faced. Being average, and that's what a lot of good communicators are. But if effective communicators do not just talk, they do not just inform, guys, they influence. They influence. So mere communicators just talk. Mere communicators just talk. Good communicators inform. Effective communicators, they influence. Now, what do I mean by influence? Influence means that they're able to shape thoughts. They're able to push you. They're able to shape thoughts. They're able to, I want to use this word. Okay, they're able to inspire action. It's like when you listen to them, you feel so empowered. I'm not talking about being a motivation, but they know how to do something that is beyond just you understanding what they are saying. Right? That's what you call an effective communicator. There are some of you here. I want you to become that person that whenever you go and speak, it's like they give you a presentation. They say, okay, I want you to be able to give us the what, for example, if you're in sales, just give us an overview of all the sales that you've done within the past quarter. Now, when they invite you to come and speak, you're not just saying, okay, so these are the sales that we've done. That's what a mere communicator would do. These are the sales that we've done. Mere communicators, they barely engage the crowd. Okay, that's what they don't even engage the crowd. Don't even barely. They don't. So they'll just speak and this is the sales. These are our sales targets, and we did this and did this and did it. Boom, and you're done. Good communicator, I'll just say, do you understand? People will say yes. Okay. Effective communicators, when they present, they'll say something like, if they're presenting the sales thing, you'll say like, so within this quarter, we're able to do this. But the thing is this: I believe that this company is so much more. They make like, by the time you listen to them, I believe that this company has so much more potential. These numbers, even if let's imagine that they probably didn't meet their targets, these numbers, even though they do not reflect where we are, I believe that each and every one of us has a particular role to play in order to make this company a Fortune 500 company that is able to crash our market and dominate our scene. And each and every one of us is going to contribute to those kind of things. Like, that's how an effective communicator is going to speak. They're able to inspire action. They're able to shape thoughts. They don't just get you to understand the information. If you're a speaker or you're trying to get into public speaking, and all you're trying to do is get people to just understand something, you are not an effective communicator, my guy. You're not an effective communicator, my lady. How many of you are learning something already? I'm not even going to the deeper side yet. And how many of you are learning so much already? Rabia too says this is so great. How many of you are learning something massive? How many of you are gaining value already? If you are, just let me know. Mere communicators talk. Good communicators inform. Effective communicators influence. SL says I am. But if you are, just type me or type I am. Right? Okay, right. So mere communicators talk, good communicators inform, effective communicators influence. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So now these are the three types of communicators. So remember that I want you to become an effective communicator, and that's what I'm trying to do. Now let me just go briefly into. I'll just skip through this definition. So now that I've told you that you should be an effective speaker, and I've already kind of explained it to you, let me just define it for you, and you can take a screenshot of this. You can write this down in your notebook. Remember when I came, I said write this down in your notebook. Berma, can we tell people to join from the group again? Can we tell people to join from the group again? Guys,
All right.
let's share the link again. I'm giving us like 25 seconds to share the link. Okay, if you can share the link with somebody, let's help people become effective speakers. This is not a joke. Okay, people go to public speaking sessions, and then all the all the coach can show them is how to be able to pass information so that people understand. Merely that. So they teach them how to be good communicators. I am not showing you that. I'm showing you how to step into the realm, another realm called effective communication. The realm whereby it's not just about helping people to understand. You're going to influence them. You're able to inspire action. You're able to generate emotions within them. You're able to get them to do something that they've never done before. Now, for the people, I want to say this. I probably may unlist this. So even though this is streaming here, it may not be available on the channel. So though if you think that, oh, we are streaming on YouTube, so you have access to it, you probably might not. I probably will think about it maybe after. I'll say maybe I'll leave it for 24 hours, but who knows. But as of now that I'm speaking, I'm not going to leave. So once you've missed the session, you've missed it. Okay, so I want you to be here. Who is an effective speaker? And I have a gift for us at the end. Okay, so I just want us all to be here. If you missed it up to the end, that's so sorry for you. You not get my gift. And these gifts that I give, they cost a lot of money. I'm telling you. So now, an effect an effective speaker. Let's define this. Okay, an effective speaker is someone who understands the dynamics of communication, allowing them to deliver compelling messages with or without preparation. Sorry, let me read that again. An effective speaker is someone who understands the dynamics of communication, allowing them to deliver compelling messages with or without preparation. All right, so what does that mean, guys? I already told you. If you understand, if you have more than average public speaking skills, you're already an effective communicator. Not only that, you are able to deliver compelling messages. That means that you're able to influence with or without preparation. All right. So whether you're prepared or not, you'll be able to speak. Now, how many of you now do you know the good thing? I told you already. What did I tell you? That nobody is a naturally born speaker. No, no, no. There's nothing like that. Okay. Nobody was just born with the gift of the gap. Like when I mean, I'm talking about GAB, like to be able to gap, like talk. No, you learn that skill. It's a skill that you need to fine tune, you need to hone. And that's why you were here today, okay? And I'm going to help you to become that person. Now, the reason I want you to understand this is this. The reason why I keep on explaining this is this. Remember, I showed you Doris at the beginning. What I'm doing is that when I showed you Doris, I'm trying to help you understand this. Remember Doris? I showed you Doris, right? I showed you Doris. Now, the thing about this is this. Anybody can become an effective speaker, but the only thing is that in order to understand how to be an effective speaker, you have to understand the dynamics of effective communication. And so I have a framework that will teach you that, and once you learn that framework, everything will change and you can become an effective speaker or an effective communicator. How many of you want to learn the framework? Okay, now I want you to type this. All right, I want you to type this, okay? I want you to type this, all right? Relax, relax, okay? So I'm going to show you the framework, okay? That will make anybody. Now I know there are like how many people here right now? Okay, there are a lot of people here. Now this framework will take each and every one of you from a good, if you're a mere communicator, that means you're bad at public speaking. I'm going to show you how you can skip being a good communicator and just be an effective communicator. If you're a good communicator already, I'm going to show you how you can move from just being a good communicator to becoming an effective communicator. Now, an effective communicator is, I've already proved to you why you need to be an effective communicator, because mere communicators only talk. All they do is just, hello, my name is Kofi. Hello, my name is Amma. Hello, my name is Sheila. No, good communicators will say, hello, my name is Sheila. An effective communicator will speak the kind of cadence and stuff. I'm going to show you deeper things, okay? So I have a framework that will make you an effective speaker. Now, look at this, okay? I've trained so many people, I'm telling you guys. Now, look at this. It says, I asked one of the people who came. This is a CEO, by the way, who runs an eyewear brand. Okay, I asked her when she came for one of my workshops. I said, "Did PWP actually help you? And if yes, how so? I'd love to hear your response." And let's look at what she said. She said, "Before PWP, I didn't really understand the difference between good and effective communication." So, guys, I'm showing you some things here. Now, you guys understand what she understood. Okay. Now, I thought knowing how to speak in public was a natural skill. It's not a natural skill. I've already told you that could only be improved by reading books to enhance my vocabulary. Definitely not. After PWP, listen, guys, I learned something called speech structures and speaking techniques that made me more confident in communication. Let's look at this. What she said. I no longer guess if an audience can understand or relate to the message I put across in promoting my business. She no longer guesses. There are so many of you. You go and speak and then you are guessing. Ah, do these people even relate with the message that I'm sharing? Have you ever spoken and then you're like you are speaking and there's no abba. And listen, I used to be there myself. Let me tell you, I've always not been an effective communicator. I remember the very first time that I spoke, like this was not even public speaking, but this was not like in front of a crowd, but I went to radio. Okay, there's so many of you who want to enter into greatness. If you want to enter into greatness, one of the things that you want to do is that you want to learn how to speak. You want to be a diplomat. You want to take a leadership position. If you aspire, I'm telling you, stop having short-term thinking. Start thinking about the long term. Build your skill now. Is the necessity. That's why I need you to take. Like I need this to be so important. Like it's not a luxury skill. It's like a necessity. You need it right now. And so because many people treat it as a luxury skill, you see, when it's a necessity, that's when people now. I don't want to go into that. Let me just focus on this. She no longer guesses. There's so many of you. You are guessing. You're speaking and the thing is not, you don't know if the thing is entering or not. Right? You're just there. Right? She no longer guesses. What if you could be in a position whereby you speak and you know for sure, that you kill this totally. This was excellent. This was perfect. This was chef's kiss. Mwah. Right? What if you could speak with that amount and of focus and precision? What if you had that? And I get passionate talking about these things because it's not everybody that has the opportunity to have an encounter to be an effective communicator. And so that's why we put these webinars together. Okay, so let's finish what she said. She said, I no longer guess if an audience can understand or relate to the message I put across in promoting my business or my businesses. Understanding the art of effective communication has greatly enhanced my writing process. Listen. You see, I told you it's not just public speaking. What I'm teaching you is not just what I'm about to teach you is not just also about how you just speak. Is everything that has to do with communication, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, written communication, everything. That's what is encapsulating of effective communication. Okay, so by the way, okay, so she said, understanding the art of effective communication has greatly enhanced my writing process. It has also, listen to this, it has also resulted in increased interest and conversion rates for my ads. So just because she could now communicate effectively, all of a sudden she saw an increase in her business. I did not type this. She typed this. Okay, and I wish I could show her name. She's called Gloria. Okay, she's called Gloria. If you go, like this is an Instagram message. She's called Gloria. She owns this business called Jolly Eyewear. Right, so they do like shades and glasses and stuff. I'm giving her free promo right now on my thing. That's crazy. Right, so you can go check it out. Okay, I'm not the one saying this, right? She's the one who has come and experienced it for herself. She's that was able to help her literally with her ad copy. Okay, now I'm about to teach you the framework that is going to make you an effective speaker. Just like what, and guys, the whole thing is that there are more things to it. Okay, there are more things, but I'm going to show you. I chose this framework because this is the one that literally took me I'm saying this. The very first time that I went to speak, um, this was some time ago. I had the opportunity to be on radio, and when I was on radio, at the time I was a football fanatic. I loved sports. I loved talking about soccer and Messi and Ronaldo and that entire argument. And by the way, I'm a Chelsea fan. Okay, for those of you listening to me, we are the best. Maresca ball. All right, so that's the whole thing. Anyway, so now I have the opportunity to go speak on radio. This is Joy FM. And now just the thoughts of my voice reaching like thousands of people listening to me it was like Joy FM is a radio station in Ghana. It's one of the popular radio stations in Ghana. For those of you, because I know there are people from Kenya and Nigeria and London and stuff watching me, and Cameroon and all of that, right? Ethiopia and those things, right? No matter Canada, wherever you're watching me from, that's fine. Joy FM is a radio station here in Ghana, and I had the opportunity to go there, go speak, and I was speaking about football. And guys, guess what? When I was about to speak, first the show was supposed to start, but I was like literally shaking, and the host had to say, "Hello, are you all right?" Yeah, and so he was about to start, and then he was like, they brought some drinks. He was like, I should drink the drink right now and cool down before I speak. And it's not because of that. It's not because of anything. I was just scared. I was just scared. Like I didn't know how I was going to sound, whether I was going to be good. Like I didn't know. I just had that kind of fear. All right. So I literally came from that, and then I've now become a speaker that is speaking all over the place. I'm training people to do the same, and it's not because of that. It's because I've actually passed through that. I've been in a place whereby I could share ideas. It was like nobody was really buying into the stuff that I was saying. It's like I go speak and it's just like another thing, just like another just like somebody who just came to talk to us. And I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to go to an interview, and the way that I speak, people would just say, "Wow, you're a good speaker." People would say, "Oh, you're smooth at speaking." Or people would say, "Oh, I love the way you explain this idea. I love the way you express this idea. I love the way you broke down that complex concept." Oh my god. Right? So when I and listen, I wasn't even always the best until about 20, because I started to read some books and stuff, okay? But I didn't really understand that there was an art to speaking, and like there was something that you can actually learn that is transferable to other people. And so this framework is something that once you learn, is something that I use, is something that took me from being somebody who was not an effective speaker, just a mere communicator, somebody who was just fairly good at just talking, to now becoming somebody that when I speak now, people want to pay me to listen to me to speak. How did that happen? Can it be the same for you? And I've showed you that it's not just about me. I've helped so many other people. Like I can't count. Okay? I'm going to show you the SEP framework. Okay? Can we all type that? The SEP framework. If I don't see, I want to can I see us all type the SEP framework? I'm going to teach you. This is the only framework that you need to learn if you want to become an effective communicator. The SEP framework. The SEP framework. Okay? The SEP framework. How many of you want to learn the SEP framework? If you want to be an effective communicator, I've showed you. If you want to be an effective communicator, you have to learn how to influence. You have to do more than trying to help people to understand the concept. You've got to learn how to influence. And once you learn that art, I'm telling you, public speaking is going to be a piece of cake to you. Wherever you step, whether you are prepared or not, you'll be able to speak. And that's what the SEP framework is about to teach you. It's the only framework that you need to learn if you want to become an effective speaker, an effective communicator, an effective person that when you go to a place and you're speaking at an interview, at a sales pitch, at an investments pitch, at a meeting, whatever you're going to do, you're going to moderate a panel, no matter where you are, once you learn the SAPE framework, everything is going to change. I want to show you the SAP framework. Okay, this is my framework. And at the time when I learned this framework, I hadn't put it into a concept, but I looked at myself and I was like, these are the major elements that made me effective, and that have been able, and that can make anyone effective. So I put it together in the framework, and then I began to teach people this. And the moment you grasp this, I don't, it doesn't mind, like it doesn't matter. That's what Doris, that's what, these were some of the things that I was able to teach people at the time. I probably hadn't named it to the SEP framework. I named the SEP framework later on as I was refining my coaching material. But these are the three distinct things that I help people understand the SEP framework. And when I talk to people like Doris, I showed you what happened with Doris, just to remind people who missed this. Okay, I shared a story of Doris in Kruma. Now Doris was not good at public speaking. She was going for a vetting the day after, and after she came, she literally became the highest person in the vetting results. Now, when vetting results is almost like when you go for a vetting is like almost like an interview. They always ask you questions. Can you do the? Listen, she didn't prepare for the questions. Like how do you get to know what somebody like a professor is going to ask you? Yeah, the professor sitting down there, lecturers, top associate lecturers, and they are there asking you questions. How are you going to lead a batch of students? Those kind of things, or masters, I don't know. Right now, the whole thing is this: when you go into a place like that, you don't know the questions they're going to ask. So just one day, and I'm not just telling you one day, this is what she said it herself over here, right? She said a day before, let's look, my first encounter with him was a day before my vetting. So how come a day before she doesn't know what you're going to ask her? She goes to the vetting and she's able to then produce answers that makes her the highest person literally at the vetting. How does that happen? It's because I turned her into an effective communicator. And that's what I want to do for all of you. I want to help you to stop talking, stop informing, and start influencing. All right. Now, the SEP framework. Are you ready? I'm going to show you this. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to show you the SEP framework. The first thing is for structure. The E, so that is like it's an acronym, right? The SEP framework. So S is for structure, something called structure. I'm going to teach you something called speech structures. Once you learn speech structures, let me not talk about it now. E is for eloquent. I'm going to eloquent. Some of you know what it means to be eloquent. I'll go deeper into it and explain the definition if you don't know. And P is for present. If you have these three, you can become an effective speaker. But now listen to me, okay? I want you to understand, and I want you to take notes at this moment, because this is the defining moment of the public speaking edge, and I need you to understand everything, okay? I need you to understand. How many of you are already preparing to want to implement this thing? How many of you? How many of you? Okay? After this, you go to a place and you speak, and everybody's going to be blown away. People stop saying you did well to you were amazing. In fact, when I go to a place and people tell me that you did well, after I'm done speaking, I get mad because I didn't do well. I was amazing. Unless probably was a bad day for me. All right. So Peniel, whatever, Benedicta, Ashley. Right. All right. So, okay. Now, you see, when we were filling the form, I took all of your responses. Remember, I asked you, what are the things that you struggle with when it comes to public speaking? And posted they want to learn to build their brand with, and they want to be able to learn this so that when they speak, they are able to become better thought leaders. That said they want to be able to overcome the fear. I took all of the responses, found the average thing that people were struggling with, and I've touched this entire presentation has touched on some things so far. I've already corrected your beliefs. There are 5 major beliefs holding you back, and I've already corrected those beliefs in you. Okay, I've already corrected those beliefs in you. Right now, the whole thing is this: nobody. The major one for me, that's why I made that one number one, is that nobody is a natural born speaker. You learn the skill of it, and that's why I'm going to teach you this. Because the moment you learn the SEP framework, you can become that. Okay, so structure, eloquent, present. Okay, so I'm going to go into them one by one, and after you learn them, everything is going to change for you. All right, so structure. Now, what is structure when it comes to public speaking? You see, structure. Listen to me. I want to say this. Like, why do you even need structure to become an effective communicator? I want you to like think about it. What does this guy even mean by structure? What and what does it mean to what does it mean to what does it mean? Like what does it mean? Hmm. Look at this. You see, structure is the number one thing. Remember, I told you. It's the number one thing that you need if you want to learn how to speak without preparation. You see, for example, if I call you, bam, just like that, can you come and speak at this program? Can you come and do this presentation for me? If you don't have structure or speech structures, you cannot do that. It will be hard for you. Even if you do that, it will be 2 by 4. If you want to be an effective speaker, you have to master structures. And the thing is this, many people don't even know about speech structures because most people teach common knowledge out there. Nobody tells them about speech structures. They just tell you, public speaking, you're supposed to do your hands like this, and you are supposed to just do your body. No, all of that is the skill. They don't teach you the real substance. I have come to teach you the real substance. You need structure, guys. Let me remove my glasses for this. If you want to be able to be one of those speakers that whether you prepare or you don't prepare, you want to be effective, that's the number one thing. Write this down. The number one thing, structure. The number one thing, let me type this down. The number one thing, structure. If you want to learn how to speak without preparation, the number one thing is structure. Structure. Can we all type structure? I need you to understand this, okay? I need you to master structures. Okay. Thank you. The people who are engaging, I really appreciate you so much. It really means a lot to me. I'm telling you, it really means a lot to me. I'm not even kidding you. It means a lot to me for you to be able to put everything that you were doing and just like decide to type things from time to time. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm really grateful for all of you in this space. Really engaging and all everything. Okay, so structure. Now, when you learn structure, you'll be able to speak without. How many of you would love to do that? You go to a place, Erica Nelson hasn't prepared, and then all of a sudden they say, okay, do this, and then what? Even if you don't have slides, you see, good communicators, they always depend on slides. Effective communicators, slides, no slides. Me, ask them, they will tell you. Even I'm even better with I'm even better with no slides than slides. Because even without slides, I'm able to even, oh my god, it's not my god. I want to show you this, okay? I want to show you. Okay. So now I want to say this, okay? I want to before I enter into explaining what structures are and I show you how this is the number one thing you need if you want to be in a very like if this that's why I put the S there, like the S first, because this is the number one thing, structures. If you don't have structures, forget being an effective speaker. You can go ahead and just be somebody who just talks in front of people. No power, no energy, nothing. All right. SEP is what is going to help you. Now, the SEP framework, Now, you know why I've brought these pictures over here? I went for a program called the Empower Talks. This was last year, probably, I think it was October or November. I think it was October. You see that the moderator was with me. Bear my ear. Is Bear my ear. Bear my ear. Just say yeah, just so I know you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Uh-huh. You were here with me at this event, right? Yeah,
I was here with you.
exactly.
The
Okay, so we were
empowered
here.
talk. The empowered talk.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Now, the Empower Talks 2024. Now, look at me, right? Now, this is me holding the mic, me speaking. I'm going to tell you about this. Now, you see the way they're all smiling over here. Look at this. You see how they're all smiling. These are pictures from my session. Because you see, when I go and speak at a place, me, when I speak and somebody else speaks, you know that I am an effective communicator. The difference is the difference is there. See, some people when they come and speak, people will be sitting down like a zombie. Yeah, like as if they are meditating or something. No. Imagine if you could go into any place, like you go speak, and then the person who's interviewing you falls in love with you. Listen, guys, I'm an effective communicator to the extent that I've gone to places to go speak, and as I'm speaking, people are crying tears because an effective speaker is somebody who knows how to drive their emotions. I can speak at a place and people are crying. Yes. Have if you've spoken before at a place, an event, I'm not saying one to one person, I'm telling you something emotional. No, no, no. This is a gathering. People are crying. This is not a church thing. This is just like raw knowledge. That's the difference. What if you could become you could learn how to be so effective that you could move and drive emotion so much that like there's a difference. Now look at this. See how people are smiling. I want to be able to play the video from the session briefly. Now let me just tell the story. Now I went to this event called the Empowered Talks. And when I went for the Empowered Talks, I was a panelist. I was a panelist speaking on, I forgot, I think branding or something like that, right? And now I was a panelist, and now when you're a panelist, there's a moderator. The moderator will ask you questions. Hello, so you're not necessarily speaking like delivering a keynote or a presentation, but you are people are asking you questions. Now I get over there, and then they tell me that, oh, by the way, the person who's supposed to be a keynote speaker, who is one of my business partners, who's one of my business partners, who is called Francisco Figa, who runs Doman Foods. For those of you who don't know Doman Foods is like one of the biggest pastry brands here in Ghana, like big, like he has branches all over Ghana and they supply donuts and everything. Now, like it's top stuff, right? Now he's my business partner. He was supposed to be at this event and speak, and he couldn't make it. He was supposed to be the keynote speaker. You're speaking. Now listen. All of a sudden, I was there sitting in front with my good guy Burma, and we were sitting in front. And then, guys, I was just there, and I was preparing, listening to the other presentations and things, and I was preparing to like enter my panel session with me and the other person that was supposed to sit on the panel. Like you see when you go to events and there's a panel session, people are there sitting there, they've crossed their legs and they're listening. That's what I was just supposed to answer questions on the panels. I didn't really we usually went to KFC to just go grab some chicken and things because it was just a cool vibe. I didn't need to practice or anything, right? Or I didn't need to prepare my message or those kind of things. And guys, as I was there sitting down there, listen, somebody just came from my back. It was an usher, and she whispered in my ear, "Hello, there's an emergency. The keynote speaker will not be coming." This was a lady speaking. The keynote speaker will not be coming. And then the keynote, so let me do a lady's voice. I'm doing whispering voice. The keynote speaker will not be coming. And because she's nah, let me stop fooling. Back to track. Right? The keynote speaker is not going to be coming. And so, because the keynote speaker is not coming, they don't want to miss that session. They will get somebody else to be on the panel session, but the organizer of the event said they should bring me on to come and speak. I said, you people have not, number one, and number one, I'm a paid speaker, so you've not paid me to come and deliver a keynote. Number two, like you have not prepared. So I asked her, hello, okay, so I was like, oh my god. So I just asked, so bear my head it, my friend, bear my head it, and then I was like, should I do it? And then Bear was just like, yes. I don't even know why Bear was telling me yes. Like I've not prepared, they are telling me yes. Listen, so I asked her, so what, okay, fine. So when Berma said yes, I said okay, I'll just do it because like the because of the person who is coming to speak, he was like he's my business partner. I just decided to do it for him. So I was like, okay, yes, I'll do it. So what time is it? Like what time is the program? And then she said in the next 5 minutes. I said, Ewo, you want me to speak? And guys, it was on entrepreneurship. I was coming to speak on branding. Now you've told me to come speak on entrepreneurship. Just like that, in the next 5 minutes, without me preparing anything, nothing. I'm like, hey, babe, what do you mean by that? So 5 minutes, and guys, that 5 minutes crowd, if you reach, it was like 3 minutes, and the MC came, and we have our keynote speaker. Just some of you know, Paa Kwesi Folson. People are there. I'm like, hey, Charlie, I'm not prepared though. I didn't even put anything. And guys, guess what? As you can see, my session, see how people are smiling. Let's look at the quick video from the session. Okay, I'll let you watch this right now. Okay, this is loading. I want you to just picture, I want you to envision everything. Okay, I'm not just telling you something. I don't want to just tell you things. This is somebody who took the video of my session. Okay, let me put the volume on. Let me refresh the page so that you get to hear everything. All right, look at this. I hear the laughter. I was looking for God. I was searching. Then I found you and I was so certain. Did you see what I want? Did you see the smiles on their faces? See how everybody was standing and smiling. Look at this. When other people are speaking, it's like zombie that is there. You can hear the laughter. I was looking for God. Now I don't want to show you the whole entire video, right? That's about it. Okay, now look at this. Look at this. Okay, now, oh, can you guys see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, just let me know so I continue. I'm getting a notification here. Please let me know. Can you see my screen so that I continue? Can you see my
Yeah, we can
screen?
see your screen.
Okay, great. That's fine. So you see how people are laughing at this. Some other point they're speaking is like a zombie is talking, like zombie. It's like a zombie is speaking. No laughter, nothing. Now look at this. This is me having I hadn't this is me only 3 minutes ago or so 5 minutes ago. They told me to come and speak. I was not prepared. Now look at this. After I was done with the session, you see these two people over here. How many of you watch, if you're in Ghana, how many of you watch Ghana's Most Beautiful? How many of you watch Ghana's Most Beautiful? You've heard of Ghana's Most Beautiful. Now, Ghana's Most Beautiful is a pageant show. It's like one of the top pageant shows in Ghana. These are two of the judges who are on there. Okay, one is called Jibodi, who is one of the best speakers here in Ghana. She's so great, good at it. And the other one is called Janet Mills. Okay, now, all right, people watch. Okay, now when you go to a pageant, especially a pageant of that caliber, one of the things that they do is that they don't just pick everybody who's just beautiful. They pick people because of the type of eloquence that you have. Okay, now this lady over here was at the event. She was there at the event listening. And after I was done, okay, she's a judge of a pageant show. In fact, she's a big corporate woman who has businesses, who has been at Nestle and big multinationals and stuff. Like she already just be at the top of the top. She understands. She has met different kind of CEOs. She runs this big thing that has a lot of the she has a network full of the topmost corporate ladies and all of that. Now, after I was done with the session, she probably also didn't know that this was me giving an impromptu speech. Listen to what she says. Okay. Oh, snap. Look at this, guys. Did you hear her? I just want you to listen, okay? I just want you to listen to what she says. Okay? Listen. Right. I don't want to continue the whole thing. If I continue, look, let's just continue. Right. I'll just okay. So we did this event. There was no sound. Oh my god, there was no sound. Really? Oh snap. No problem. No sound. Okay. I think it's muted. Wow. Wow. Snap. All right. So let me stop sharing and share again in a minute. What's happening? All right. Can you guys hear? Let me know if you can hear this. Can you guys hear? Okay, no problem. No problem if you can hear. No problem. I'm just going to I'll share my screen one last time. If you don't hear, I'll just continue and I'll just tell you what she said. Okay. It's not really about that. I'm just showing you something. Okay. Now, basically, in the video, she said, this guy is a brilliant talker. In fact, I'll send the video to the group. This guy is a brilliant talker. He's so smooth. Now, she didn't know. Maybe she thought I prepared for it. But the thing is this. How does she's saying I'm a brilliant talker. But guys, guess what? I hadn't prepared. They told me only 5 minutes ago to speak on entrepreneurship. Just like that. How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay. So they tell me to speak only 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen one more time. If you don't hear, I'll just stop it. I'll just continue. All right. So just let me know. Right. Listen. Can you hear?
Guess who I saw today? Paa Kwesi. This guy is a brilliant talker. He's too smooth. You know the name he gave me? Nonsense. Nonsense. Can you imagine that?
Right.
I learned so much from you. Well done. Yeah, you inspire me. Yes.
Okay, now I have the person who is a judge of eloquence, who judges people based on their eloquence. Tell me that you are a brilliant talker. You are so smooth and that you inspire me just because of one talk that I did not prepare. My whole point is this: when you have structure, that is why I can make you an effective communicator. Because when you have structure, guys, guess what? Do you know what happened to you when you have structure? You'll be able to go to any place and speak even without preparation. You could already see how the place was already jammed up. You could already see this lady has said I'm a brilliant talker. She didn't even know that I never prepared for it. She didn't know that they only told me 5 minutes ago. I'm not the one. You can ask the organizers of this program. You can ask Berima. I never prepared for it. Everything that I said, I didn't just come and talk and say you can make it. Those kind of no. The kind of points that I gave them, they had never heard some before. The way I was speaking is like I had practiced for years, and I never even given that keynote before. I never ever I didn't manufacture it. It's all because I have something called structures. And so it makes me so effective whether I prepare or not, whether I am ready or not. That's the beauty of becoming an effective communicator. Okay, Berima, let's share it in the group again for people to join. They can't miss what I'm about to share. Okay, now this is me and Jigbodi, the lady, the two judges that judge over there, right? And you could see if I play that video, you see her giving me a high five, communicate to them because they know that this guy is one of the guys. So now, what is structure? I've spoken about what structure can do. I've showed you. I've shown you how it happened to me, because one, even if it's the World Economic Forum, and I don't have all of the I'm telling you, I will deliver one of the best presentations and keynotes ever that people ask me, did you prepare for this? It's not because I'm a magician. It's all because I learned the SEP framework and I learned structure. So I'm going to show you this. So what is structure? Now I want you to keep this. Write this deliberate. Keep that word in mind. Deliberate organization of your thoughts and ideas in a way that makes them easy to follow, memorable, and impactful. Easy to follow, memorable, and impactful. So you see, structure is how you literally is like when you say something has no structure, it means that it's formless, it's shapeless, like it's like disjointed. So many you can hear people speak and then they are telling a story as their conclusion, as this, like it's so jumbled up. All right. Now, the structure that I'm talking about is not you putting something on a paper or like writing down something. No. It's about having something called mental speech structures. There are some kind of speech structures that, and it's going to take you some time to be able to learn these structures. But I'm telling you, the moment you learn how to be able to have structure when you are speaking, no matter where you can go to an interview, you can go to a panel session, you can go anywhere. Like, hey, I'm telling you, you become so good. Like, I promise you, this is a promise to you. Like, I'm telling you, this is my goal for you. My goal for you in this webinar is so that you become an effective communicator, so that you never struggle with public speaking ever in your life. Okay, so look at this, right? So the SEP framework is a deliberate organization. I use the word deliberate because deliberate means it's intentional, it's pre-planned, it is like it's deliberate. For example, I deliberately put slides together. today. It was not like by chance. No, deliberate means that it's intentional, right? So it's an intentional organization of your thoughts. That means that you should have a pre-planned organization of your thoughts whenever you're going into a speech, or you're going to deliver a presentation, or you're going to any place where you are supposed to communicate. If you go to an interview, how can you already have a pre-planned organization of your thoughts? Is that possible? Yes, it is. And that will make you so good at communication when you learn this. They don't share this on different they don't share this anywhere, but I'm sharing this to you, and I'm sharing it to you for free, guys. So that's why I need people to get this message, right? Please stay and learn everything I'm about to show you, because you're not going to get this anywhere. I'm telling you, I'm literally the best. I showed you. I've been coaching TEDx speakers. All right. Some of you are not yet, some of you are dreaming, is on your vision board. I want to be on TEDx. Well, okay, fine. But I've been coaching them. Anyway, and that was even the official invite. There are some people who pay me unofficially to do their TEDx talks. Like, I literally even make the entire talk for them. I'll leave that for another time. Anyway, so structure is the deliberate organization of your thoughts and ideas in a way that makes them easy to follow, memorable, and impactful. It's what turns scattered thoughts into clear communication. Imagine if you could take your scattered and rough thoughts and make it so clear that when you speak, it's like so easy to follow. It's like, oh, I know exactly what she's saying. It's memorable and it's impactful. So it has an impact on them. Let me not spend too much time on this. Now, speaking off the dome, or speaking off the cuff, or speaking on your feet, or speaking without preparation, or impromptu speaking, or all of these things is not about thinking faster. A lot of people think that, oh, in fact, there are some people who say, oh, if I want to be able to speak, if you want to be able to speak off, if you want, some people say, oh, if I want to be able to speak without preparation, I have to know a lot. So they spend all their time reading about, no. In fact, should I tell you this? The people who read a lot are the ones who find it difficult to be able to speak. And I know I am somebody who reads a lot, but the thing is, I'm not trying. I'm like, when you have information overload, and you don't have structures, what will happen is this: you will not know how to present all your ideas, because you have so many ideas. It's like imagine if you know so much about something, like you know so much about makeup, and somebody asks you to explain to them. Yes, you are doing makeup training for some people, and then like you're doing makeup training for some people, and then like it's like this is impromptu, like they just told you right now, like come right now, 10 minutes, and you are just here. Now some people think, oh, because I know a lot. I'm telling you, if you know a lot, you'll be speaking, and to be everywhere, because you have so many ideas, you know so much about it, that you don't know how to piece it together to form one whole correct one holistic and coherent piece of information that people can take. Do you get this? So information, yes, somebody says she can relate. I can relate. Wow. I'm glad you can relate. So the whole thing is this. It's not because, and so people think that, oh, if they want to be able to speak without preparation, or they want to be able to do impromptu speaking, and I want to say that I have a gift at the end, so I need you to be here. Like, invite people. Let's share the link, tell people to join. Okay, it will take you 5 seconds. Now, the thing is this: there's some people who say, oh, the only way to be able to speak impromptu or without preparation is when you have a lot of information. That's not true, because you'll find it difficult to distill your ideas. I'm telling you, the moment you have a mental framework, imagine you had a mental framework that organizes your thoughts in real time. So it's like you are speaking, but all of a sudden you know how to organize your thoughts. Boom, 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 boom. By the time you are speaking, I'm telling you, by the time they call you impromptu, you'll be so good that people will be wondering. I am telling you, the way you present your ideas, and that's what I did. So it's not, you don't need to even know everything. In fact, speaking is not only about what you say, it's about how you deliver something. I'll go into that. Okay. So imagine if you had a mental framework so that you can go and speak in real time. Now I'm going to show you this. Okay. Now the other time I went to a podcast, I told them anytime I go to a podcast, I told them, don't give me a question. They invite me to radio, they invite me for interviews, they invite me for, I have a lot of these things. Right now we have probably like 4 interviews lined up already. Now, once we have those things, once we have these things, I don't tell them to send me the questions. People ask me this. Now, I was watching one of my videos, right? And I saw those nice comments by somebody else, like, oh, wow. And guys, they will tell you. And the reason why I'm saying this is that a lot of people, when they are going for the journalists will tell you, and Berma will attest to that. Like, when we go, they say, oh, we always send the questions to people, and I'll say, no, me, I'm not that always person. I'm already good at it. You don't need that. And somebody said this, Paa Kwesi, are you transcribing your English or you copiously learned one? Real good person will know this. I know that the English is big. All he's trying to say is that, like, am I reading from some telescope, or like, am I like some teleprompter? I said telescope. Hey, whoa. Teleprompter. Am I reading from some piece of material, or did I copiously learn this amount of smoothness? It's not about that, too, guys. It's all because I have mental frameworks that organize my thoughts in real time. In other words, I have structures, and I want to teach you how to do that. So now, when you go to any place, people will also say this about you. They'll say, Phoebe Nelson or Sheila, when you speak, it's like, it's so clear, it's so smooth, it's so easy to follow. It's like, it's so good, like everything, right? So I want to show you how to do that, and you can do that with structures. I need people to be here. I need people to be here. I need people to join. I need people to join this thing more. I'm going to show you I'm going to show you my three speech structures, and I'm going to break them for you. Now, I have 11 of them. I'm telling you, there are so many people they can ask, they can tell you I have 11 of them, only 11. Now, these 11 are based on, it's not just me waking up and deciding to write something down and problem, solution, impact, but don't think you already know this. I'm going to explain them to you. It's not just me making them up. You see, how many of you are getting massive value right now? Massive. I'm sure. Hey, today I made things for you guys, so this is crazy. Nah, like, I'm really sharing a lot. Wow. Now, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. um Now, I have 11 of them. Now, these ones are based on a lot of research, a lot of work, a lot of analyzing the best of presentations. I've watched everybody's presentation, from Martin Luther King to Obama, from Obama. And by the way, Obama is one of the very good speakers. And when Obama gave one of his best talks, which was the 2004 Democratic National Convention, that was when people got to know about Obama. Like, before, Obama was not so much in the limelight. Like, people didn't know he was a popular. People didn't even know. A lot of people didn't know. Mainstream people didn't even know he was a senator. Just the people in his place, right? Like, and he gave one speech that propelled him into the limelight. Everybody was like, "Nah, this should be our next president." It's all, and it took him over like 2 weeks to learn it, or to prepare. I don't know. I heard it was 2 weeks, but it could have been more. And when people listen to Obama, people think he's a naturally good speaker, but he took time and he lets people edit it. And Obama, he also has access to people who are very good at preparing speeches and all of that. So if Obama thinks Crow already, like, Obama is quite proficient in speaking, it takes time to prepare something. Why is that you don't want to spend time to be able to learn public speaking? You are taking it for granted. No, don't ever take it for granted. This is the best place you can be. Also, Warren Buffett. I was just like, Warren Buffett learns public speaking, and he learns public speaking. Look at this. This is Warren Buffett. Okay, before he was rich, before Warren Buffett was rich, look at him over here, young. This is when he was going to learn public speaking from one guy called Dale Carnegie. So that's why I'm telling you, public speaking is not a luxury, guys. It is a necessity. Oh my God, public speaking is a necessity. Oh my God, let's um let me type this. Okay. I don't think I'll make this session available after. People are joking with this, because when people saw that it was now YouTube, people are like, "Oh, I can watch it later." You will see. We'll see. Right? Warren Buffett mastered. He paid. Listen, Warren Buffett paid. Guys, can we just tell people to join? I want more people to join at this moment, because I'm about to, like, the stuff I'm about to show, especially with the structures. If people miss this whole thing, people have joined at the beginning. If people miss this part, that's it. They come, like, I don't think you'll be so effective when it comes to public speaking. Please, let's all share the screen. Let's all just tell people join. If you posted it on your status before, delete and repost it again. Let people join. I need people to join right now because I'm about to teach the structures. If people miss the structures, they cannot be effective, and that will defeat my purpose of putting this event together. I want you to be effective, okay? Okay, and I'm going to finish within the next like 30 minutes, okay? I wish I could teach all of you more. My public speaking session was like my workshop. We probably do like, it was a full day program. We do 8 hours, okay? Now like this is 2 hours brief. So I want to be able to give you all of this, and I'm going to show you how to be like I'm going to help all of you to become better, okay? Beyond, okay, so let's look at this right now. This is Warren Buffett over here.
Well, I had to be able to communicate with people.
Okay,
And
if
I
you
mean,
can hear.
particularly. I just knew that I could go through life terrified of public speaking.
Okay, he said he couldn't go through life terrified of public speaking because he wanted to be a better salesman. Warren Buffett is one of the top 10 richest people. Yet Warren Buffett paid for public speaking training when he was not even rich, so that he can become a good salesman, so that he can be able to make money, get the money. So you see, he has long-term thinking. But the ordinary person, as he may see, or somebody who will say that, oh, I don't want to learn public speaking, I will learn it later in life. You'll be there, learn it later in life. The time you come to me within the next 2 years, I will be charging like 3 times the amount of things that I charge already. In fact, this year alone, I'm going to increase my coaching prices. The moment you come to me, that's it. You by that time now, your salary request will not be able to. So you have to do it now. Do it by that next 3 years too. When you come that next 2 years and you decide to delay, that next 2 years, no, I'll also increase it again. I'll increase. So you have to do it now, okay? Just like Warren Buffett, I want you to take initiative now, and that's why I'm happy you are here. Now look at this, okay? I want you to look at this, okay? And thank you guys who promised and committed to be engaging and stuff. You are the best, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, Jewelling. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for the people just typing. Like when I say something and you type it, I know that you are learning something, okay? If you don't have a notebook, now you can make the chat section your notebook. Now, let me show this, okay? Now let me go back to my slides. Where's my slide? Hey. I'm going to show you the speech structures. Now, there are 3 speech structures I want to show you. Number 1 is something called the PSI structure. Number 2 is something called the PPF structure. Number 3 is something I call the what, why, how structure. Number 1 is something called the what, PSI. So PSI stands for problem, solution, impact. PPF stands for past, present, future. The what, why, how structure stands for it's like the WWH stands for the what, why, how structure. Now, these structures, you have to keep them in your mind. I know it's going to take you some time, but you have to learn how to be able to infuse. So, for example, if somebody asks you a question or something, one of these structures, you infuse this structure with how you answer the question, and all of a sudden, it makes your communication clear. It makes it coherent. It makes it chronological. It makes everything in order, so that when people listen to you, they'll be like, this is so like, how does this guy break? Have you ever listened to somebody speak? Have you ever listened to somebody speak before, and then the person broke down an idea like in such a coherent manner that you were so shocked how the person did it? Like, have you ever been there before? Yes, I have been there before, and this is my life, and I want to be able to help you do this. Okay, so I'm going to teach you these 3 structures, and I want you to pay attention. This is the first S in the SEP framework. Okay, now PSI structure. Now, this is best for persuasion, leadership talks, business pitches. I want you to take a screenshot of this. This is best for persuasion, leadership talks. If you're a leader, you're trying to lead a team, or you're a volunteer, or you have a foundation, or you are planning to start a foundation. You want to aspire to do something, you want to be able to inspire your team, or you're going to do a business pitch, or you're answering tough questions. They ask you a question in a particular interview, and it could be a radio interview, it could be whatever, job interview, whatever thing you're doing. If they ask you a very difficult question, all you need to do is pass it through this prism, or through the structure of problem, solution, impact. What does that mean? When they ask you a certain question, like if they ask you a question about, let's say, climate change, or like climate issues that we are facing, what you need to do is that first you explore the problem, okay? So you go deep into the problem. So you don't just start by saying, okay, they've asked a question, boom, solution. The solution to this is no. You talk about the problem. So when you do that, you help people understand that you know into details what the problem is about. So when they see that, oh, Erica already knows. I don't know why Eric, because if you comment, your name will be fresh on my mind, so I can use you for example. So they know that, oh, Vivian, they already know that, oh, Vivian already knows the problem in depth. So, or you understand the problem. So when they get to see that you understand it, already you've become effective in their eyes. Now, whatever solution that you propose after, whether it's wrong or not, they will buy into it. It is a structure. So when first you start with a problem, then you give the solution. The solution, you can break them into little points, and then you explain the impact of them. If the impacts that you explain the impact of the solution once it's being used. So, for example, if they talk about COVID and they say so and so, let's say para is the solution to COVID. Give you an example. You explain the impact of it and what is going, how the solution is going to impact people. We are going to save, let's say, 3 billion lives, 80% of people, all those things. So immediately they ask you a question, you pass it through these frameworks. I've been on TV interviews. I've been on radio. I've been on so many places. I've coached people to do those things before. I've coached people to be on interview. In fact, one of the people I'm coaching right now is going to do an interview to enter the military. The person has to learn these structures because when they ask you something, you now have to do like you. This is what you do. I'm showing you stuff that people pay millions for, and people don't even teach you these things. Okay. Now, when people ask you this question, immediately you just think of problem, solution, impact. These are the mental frameworks that organize your thoughts. So you know that. So now when they ask you a question, you're not now thinking of where should I start. Okay, you see some people when you ask them a question, they now say, okay, by the time they say the people in the interview are already tired of you. The person interviewing you doesn't want to hear what you have to say anymore. So all of a sudden you are not an effective communicator. This is not only for this day, for leadership talks. When you're talking to your team, you're trying to help them to do something, you're trying to inspire them. What you do is this: you come and you say, hey, this is what is happening. We are not getting sales. Our sales team, we are, and because of this, we are not being able to pay workers. We are explaining the problem of everything. And now listen. And now you propose the solution, propose the impact of the solution. The reason why the impact of the solution is so important is that when people just see the solution and they don't see the impact of the solution holds no weight. But this is good for motivational speaking. If you want to go motivate a bunch of people, for those of you who, if you want to take an opportunity speaking with a foundation, or you want to do all of those things, okay, you want to do that, okay, motivational speaking, vision crafting, maybe to inspire teams, or you're trying to handle objections. You use the past, present, future. It's simple. It's like you explain the past of the situation or whatever, or you explain the, for example, if I'm talking even about public speaking, and somebody says, oh, speak about public speaking and how people can be great at public speaking. I'm going to speak about the past of public speaking. I can tell you the past about public speaking. People, in fact, by the way, the reason why I'm also so keen on so you explain the future possibilities of what will be able to be achieved once they understand the solutions that are present. That once they understand, so you explain the past, you explain what's happening right now, and you explain the possibilities that exist within the future. People love to hear about the future, but what you are doing is that you've made everything so practical, so now people can see where they are coming from. And know that this structure is one of the things that God used. I don't sound like a preacher, but these are one of the things that God used when he was talking to the Israelites. Because when he was taking them out of Egypt, listen, he helped them to see that, hey, he had already helped. All right, so sorry. Hello, I'm back. Right? Right. So look at this, okay? So this is one of the things that God even used. Okay, now like the Israelites already knew the chosen people, but now they were stuck in slavery. So that was their past. Their present was they were stuck in Egypt. But God also showed them something called the future, the promised land. That is the PPF structure. Even and I want you to understand that communication. So listen, in the Bible, there's something called the Tower of Babel. The people were building a tower. Okay, now once they were building the tower, listen to this, guys. And if you belong to another religion, that's totally fine. And I'm just using this as a story point. I'm not imposing anything. Okay, I respect people's religions and beliefs. By the way, I'm just saying that. Okay, now the PPF structure. Um, I have clients that are different religions who come from different spaces who have different beliefs. I don't mind. Okay. Now I'm saying the Tower of Babel. When they were building a tower, you see the people. They are collaborated, and then they were collaborating to build a tower. But guess what? When God wanted to stop them from building the tower, God is so powerful. God could have just sent thunder to strike all the people building because they were trying to reach heaven, which God didn't want. Okay, God could have sent snakes to come and climb the building and take them up, or throw blocks from the space and use to come and hit their head. No, no, no. God didn't do that. You know what God did? In order for God to be able to stop them from being able to successfully do something, all he did was what? He tamed their tongue. In other words, he switched their languages. So some people are now speaking, so there was miscommunication. Do you know what that means? Communication is the fuel for successful collaboration. Communication is the con is the conduit to a successful destination. Communication is the conduit to a successful destination. So God didn't need to stop them. So in order for God to stop the success of the Tower of Babel, he didn't need to do anything to them. All he needed to do was he switched up their communication. In teams and building organizations, if your people do not know how to talk and communicate, you can never do anything successful. This is a mystery I've broken down to you. So that's the PPF structure. Number 3 is something called the what, why, how structure. I'm sure you understand this already. This is for teaching and explaining ideas. You explain what it is, you explain why it is there, why it is important. Just on, for example, they say how to use AI. Imagine I didn't know anything about AI. You first explain to me what AI is, why it will be necessary, and how to use it. Once you do this, you'll be an effective communicator. These are the structures that you need. So if you want to be, so whenever people ask you something, so you don't need to now think of how do I organize my thoughts. All you need to do is just scan them through these structures, and everything will become a possibility for you. So that is the S, the structures. So I taught you 3 of them. Okay, PSI structure, problem, solution, impact. PPF structure, the what, why, how structure. Okay, now listen to this. If you want to persuade, use the PSI. If you need to teach, use WWH, which is the what, why, how. If you need to inspire, use the PPF. Take a screenshot of this. This is what you need. This is what you need. This is what you need. Some people are asking me some questions over here. Guys, let's tell people to join. Invite somebody. Invite somebody. Let's. Oh my God, why is this happening? Okay, no problem. So if you need to persuade, use PSI. If you need to teach, use WWH. If you need to inspire, use PPF. How many of you have gotten value so far? How many of you have gotten value so far? How many of you have learned more than how many of you have ever been to a paid public speaking session before, and my free things already are better than the paid stuff? What I've shared with you, do you get it there? Let me know. Now, the E is for eloquent. I'm going to go into eloquent right now, but I want more people to join. Now, there are 3 elements for eloquence, okay? Now, eloquence is rhythm and cadence. Now, when they say rhythm and cadence is basically the way you're able to speak and pause. You see, some people are just speaking like sometimes you need to have cadence in the way that you speak. Eloquence is your ability to articulate and express words properly. Okay, so you need to be eloquent. Eloquent is speech. That means that the way that you sound should be good. Okay. Now, one of the ways to be able to excel when it comes to your eloquence is your cadence. Somebody say cadence. Type cadence. No, no, no. Bear in mind, let's tell people to join. Let's share the link. Everybody, let's tell people to join. Let's tell people to join. I don't. Let's tell people to join. Let's tell people to join. Let's share. Let's share. I want us to share. Like I'm showing some things, and like if you love one of your friends, just let them join. Really, like I'm sharing a lot of things that like rhythm and cadence. Okay, so when you speak, you should have pauses inside. Like if you ever use this thing's called filler word, you're speaking and you say you have like yeah, it's all of these things. Okay, if you ever say one of these things, you need rhythm and cadence. The way to be able to stop using filler words is to be able to use cadence when you're about to use the filler word. So first of all, you have to identify your filler word. So if you're always using you have to stop using also, if you want to pause, what you want to do is that you want to identify that is your filler word. You want to pause and then you speak. So if you're talking, you're about to now use like some plenty, then you just pause a bit and then you continue. So that is what you call cadence. So it's like when you're speaking, you break a bit. So you're talking about something and then you pause. It's like a lot of people speak without punctuation marks. The trick to cadence is being able to speak as if you were like punctuation marks should be within the way you speak. Like speak like as if you're reading a material. Like I'm not saying trying to say like you should be robotic or monotonous, but I'm talking about like in terms of you see when you're reading a material, there are commas and there are full stops and their stuff. When you're speaking just like a robot. This is our sales pitch. You're just going, right? If you have that, it's going to be difficult for you. So this is the rhythm and cadence. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the people who are joining. If you are sharing with other people to join, thank you so much. There are some of you who are deleting from your status and posting it all over again. Thank you so much. You can put it on your story anywhere. You can put it on LinkedIn. And guys, after you are done, all right, I want you to go on social media. It could be your stories. You could tag me. You could tag my company, Revolead Solutions Limited, or you put it on LinkedIn anywhere. Let people know that you had one of the best experiences. Okay. How many of you can already see yourself implementing some of the stuff I've already taught? Now, there's something also called word choice. If you want to be eloquent, the kind of words that you use will determine whether you are eloquent or not. Ha! Is that so? So what that means is that you're supposed to use something called power words. Write that down. Power words. Power words are your ability to start talking in something I call elevated speech. What is that? So instead of using normal words, for example, instead of saying something like complex, I'll use a word like sophisticated. That's what you call a power word. The moment I use such a word, I'm not trying to say be speaking with big vocabulary, but you want to infuse them in certain places. What that will help you do is that when people listen to you, they'll be like, wow, this person is very good at speaking. This person is eloquent. That's what happens. That's what you call a power word. That's your word choice. So if you want to be viewed as somebody who is truly eloquent, you want to be able to start using that. Now, let me move on to this quickly. There's something called storytelling and vivid imagery. You see, I yesterday made a post that nobody cares about your story. It's true, but what I mean is that until your story is proving a point, is pointing to a point, or is teaching a lesson or is teaching a principle, nobody wants to hear the story. You want to be able to teach. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, my God, Ugh, they will not stop my shine today. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't bring water by my side today. One of the things that I always have by my side, if you want to be a speaker, is that you need to have energy every time. Get water. Okay, so look at this. storytelling and vivid imagery. You want to be able to learn how to tell stories and paint an image in people's mind. Like you want to, you see, there's some people who tell stories, but how many of you have these friends whereby when they tell you just, or they are giving you some filler or information or something that is happening somewhere. Like when they're telling you it's sweet, like they know how to tell stories. Those kind of people can be public speakers if they sharpen their skill, but they have the ability to tell stories in a way like one person can tell you something, but the way this person will say it, hey, it's so nice. Like every time when the person says he has something or she has something to tell you, it's like you're already excited already because you know how the person will say it in this just cassette just like people like that's the whole thing. Like you have those people. Those are the people who know how to tell stories. If you want to be eloquent, you need these things: cadence, word choice, and storytelling. These are the three things that will make you eloquent. Let me move on. Presence. Now, let me give you. Now, this is what I wanted to tell you. Write this down. This is going to be the biggest public speaking lesson that that I have probably learned and that you will learn. Cause I just you get like can I tell you this thing? Are you ready? Should I give it to you? The biggest lesson in public speaking that will make you a very effective speaker. Now I've taught you the structure will make you effective. If you have eloquence to you, will be very, very effective. But if you want to complete the piece of being an effective speaker, you need to learn to have presence. Right? Tell you the number one thing. Listen to this, please, everybody. I want you to write this one down. I want you to write this. If you've not written notes today, I want you to write this particular thing that I'm about to say now. Okay? Listen, the trick, I won't say the trick, but the key to becoming an exceptionally great public speaker or somebody who is exceptionally great at public speaking and communication is this. Do not speak to the audience. Speak with the audience. Write that down. Do not speak to the audience. Speak with the audience. Let me explain. So many people go to places and they want to be effective speakers. Effective speakers do not speak to audiences, they speak with them. When you speak with an audience, that means that you are making them a part of the conversation. That means that they can also respond back with you. If you realized, you see, there are some webinars that you go to and the person is not even engaging the people who are commenting and things. Or even if you go to a place, there are people who just go and speak. And then today I went for an event, an oil and gas conference. Okay. There was one speaker that came, and when he came, he let the crowd say something and they all got up and everything. Listen, that is what you call presence. This is what will make you truly effective as a speaker. Do not speak to the audience. Speak with the audience. Listen, I'm telling you, the moment you understand that line, public speaking, want to combine this, you have the presence of a public speaker. Now, when I'm talking about presence, I'm not just talking about your body language. I'm not just talking about all of those things. No, I'm talking about your ability to understand the audience. A lot of people are speaking and leaving out the audience. You see, eloquence is about the way that you speak. Presence is about the way that the audience speaks to you. Aish. Listen, let me say that. Eloquence is about the way that you speak. Presence is about the way that the audience speaks to you. Let me say that again. Eloquence is about the way that you speak. Presence is about the way that let me say it this way. Presence is about the way that you make the audience speak to you. You make the audience speak to you. Let me say that again. Eloquence. I want this. Write this down. Eloquence is about the way that you speak to the audience. Presence is about the way that you make the audience speak with you. So it could be an interview. The way that you even make the people on the panel speak with you, or a meeting, the way that you make them speak with you is like, that is what you call presence. You are able to evoke a certain presence and emotion with them. Okay, with everything. That is what you call that. So I'm going to break down the elements or what you need in order for you to have presence. Okay, I've showed you the elements for you to have. Now, if you just joined, I'm showing you how to become an effective speaker. Now, an effective speaker is not the same as a good speaker. An effective speaker is not an effective communicator is not the same as somebody who can merely talk. If you can just talk in front of an audience, you are not effective, and people can never say you have the real skill of communication. You need to have the only way to become an effective communicator is through the SEP framework, which has three pieces: structure, eloquence, and presence. I've showed you how to use speech structures whereby you can be able to now some of you will be able to go with the things that I've shared. You'll be able to go to places and speak without preparing. How many of you can already imagine yourself doing that? Now, I'm sure I've showed you the three elements of eloquence, and now I'm going to show you presence, and I've showed you the trick or the key to good great public speaking. Now, let's show you the three elements for presence. If you want to have presence in public speaking, you need these three things. You need these three things. I want you to write this down. If you want to have presence when it comes to public speaking, you need these three things. I have a free gift at the end. So I want you to please be here. It's not everybody that's going to get it. If you're not here, you are not going to get it for sure. So that I'm telling you, you have to be here. If you are sleepy and things, just force yourself. Okay. Now the three things are this: confidence, connection, body language. Now let's look at this again. Confidence. All right. Now, what is confidence? This is the presence that you bring. Okay. So you see, you can never get engagement if you don't first bring presence. Let me say that again. You can never ever get engagement if you don't first bring presence. So you need to come with confidence. Like the way you come, you need to have your back straight. A lot of people have bad posture when it comes to public speaking. You need to have your back straight. The confidence with which you come, okay? That is part of it. Number two is that you need to have connection. A lot of people don't have a connection with the audience. They never speak with the people. Listen, on an interview, let me tell you, if you're doing a job interview, also ask the people their questions. An interview, listen, nobody is going to do an interview. You see, when somebody does an interview, that means that a lot of people, when they go to an interview, their mindset is that, oh, I need the job, or I need the role. It's not that. Oh, you also need a role, but they also need somebody. So they also need you. You don't. So both of you need each other. So people only go with, oh, I need them. No, they also need you. So what you have to do is that you are supposed to engage them, ask them questions. Yeah, be bold, develop a connection. Yeah. Develop a connection with them. That's what you do. Okay, you develop a connection with the audience. Number three, body language. A lot of people have now presence is also about, you see, the effective speakers don't only focus on their verbal communication, they also focus on something called non-verbal communication. Ah, my God. And if you learn your body language, okay, your body language, number one, you shouldn't be one of the things is that you shouldn't be so dull and stiff, like you're just standing there like a zombie. No, your body language should tell a lot. Okay, you see, you should learn how to speak beyond your mouth. Right, that you should learn how to, if you want to have presence, you should learn how to speak beyond your mouth, or beyond your lips, or beyond your words. If you can do that, your body language will tell. It's body what? Language. That means your body should speak. Your body language should just be as loud as your voice. Let me say that again. Your body language should just be as loud as your voice. Now, okay, so we've come all the way here. We have now come. Now, listen, guys. To be honest, it's already what, 9:30 p.m. Okay, here in Kenya, people from Kenya, it's 12:30 for them. I can't keep everybody waiting. I wish I could share more, but guys, I can't share. Guys, guess what? No matter, even if I spend 8 hours here or 4 hours, you can't learn everything about being effective right now. Okay, and I want to just give you the stuff that will work for you. So I've given you the beliefs. I've broken down the beliefs for all of you, and I've given you the framework. How many of you can already imagine yourself now using this to become an effective speaker? The SEP framework. How many of you? How many of you can already imagine yourself using structures so that you can always speak whether you are prepared or not? How many of you can already see yourself becoming more eloquent? How many of you can already see yourself having more presence? When you enter a space, people already, wow, that's amazing. How many of you can already imagine this? Now, okay, So let's look at what we've covered in this thing so far. Okay, I want to be able to, because I want to make sure that I've covered everything I told you. Okay, so I told you that I told you I was going to teach you the top beliefs or the things that prevent you from being an effective speaker. So once you learn those 5 things, which are you're no you, public speaking is a skill, it's not a gift, so anybody can learn it. Number two is that it's not a luxury skill, it's a necessity. You've got to learn it now. And I showed you Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett learned it before he got rich. So you too, you see, you learn these things so that you can also you have to work harder on yourself if you want to become successful. Some people do it the other way around. They want to get successful first before they work on themselves. If you do that, you will never get successful. The way to do it is prepare for success. You don't succeed to prepare. You prepare for success. Who no. Do you prepare for an exam after you've written the exam? No. What you need to do is that you need to find a way of becoming better while speaking. Okay, so I've showed you the top beliefs. Now, number two thing is that I've showed you the 3 types of communicators. How many of you remember that? Okay, now I have a gift. Okay, so I'm going to show the 3 types of communicators. How many of you remember that? I was showing you that. Okay, now bear in mind, let's get people to join. I'm about to end, so I need them to join at the end. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. 3 types of communicators and why you need to be an effective communicator. I've already explained that to you. Number 3 is that I've showed you the number 1 thing that will allow you to speak with or without preparation, which is called structures. Now, the structures, you can use them even with preparation. Those problem solution impact, you can now piece them up together when you prepare. This is the problem, this is the solution, this is the impact. So whether you prepare or not, you should have these things in your mind, and then it will always guide you. And then I also told you that I was going to help you break down the framework that makes everybody an effective, that can make anyone an effective communicator, and that's the SEP framework. Okay, I told you this is what I told you at the beginning. How many of you remember? So I fulfilled my promise to all of you, right? I fulfilled my promise. Okay. Now, can I ask some questions? Can I ask some questions? By the way, no. Please mention that we have a gift. If you say last minute, I guess it's like we've already ended. Don't mention that we've ended. We have a gift and we have something to show to everybody. Okay, so if you say that, you'll be stuck. Okay, so we have a gift, so I need more people to be joining. Okay, if you come and you miss the gift, you've missed the public speaking edge, and you'll never get it. All right, so can I ask some questions? Okay, just a few questions, but you don't need to answer. Like, you just need to type. All you want to you just here, just type yes. Okay, I just want you to just type yes. Okay, wow. Oh my god, a minute, please, a minute, a minute. Okay, right. Okay, how many people? So first of all, I just want to know, because I need to understand if my audience has gotten everything. Okay, so how many of you are comfortable harnessing like all the stuff that I've taught you now? Like, you're comfortable to use them. How many of you feel comfortable to use them? If you do, say I do, or just type yes. How many of you? How many of you are happy that you came? How many of you are happy that you came to this webinar? How many of you are happy that you came to this webinar? How many of you are happy that you came to this webinar? All right. How many of you now realize the advantage that you have over everybody else who didn't come? How many of you now have the advantage? You realize that you have an advantage over your office colleagues now from the stuff you've learned. You probably say you can imagine yourself seeing this, okay? Now, if you use just a tiny fraction of the things that I've showed you, do you think it's going to change something about what you're going to do about public speaking? Say yes. All right. Now let me just say this. How many of you would like to spend more time learning stuff? Maybe another something. How many of you? How many of you? If yes, just let me know. How many of you? Okay. All right. More of you would love to learn more. Okay, we've already spent, this is just a brief period, and I've shared so many top nuggets with you. Now, this is the whole thing. You see, normally people go to seminars, and every time I've been to so many programs myself, people come to webinars, people come to events, and what happens is that they go to the event, and the reason they don't want to go for another event is that it was never truly transformative, because what people do is that, like, to be honest, I want to show you how to be an effective speaker, but within 2 hours, we've done 2 hours right now, almost 3 hours. But guys, listen, It's not enough. There are more things you need. What if there was a way by which I could hold your hand? I could literally hold your hand in everything and show you more. All right. So what if there was a way? Okay, so now when I was making this webinar, I had two choices. Okay, I had two choices when I was making this webinar. When I was like thinking about making my presentation, I had two choices. I was like, should I just share like everything and then just like let people go, or I should like share these things, like get people to like really understand what it means to be an effective speaker and what it takes, and then afterwards, like I find a way to be able to more responsible of your success. Imagine if like I was actually holding your hand and then showing you how to become that effective speaker, so that when you go to any places without a struggle, or you've already learned already some massive things here. All right. So I chose the second option and decided to add something. This is what a lot of speakers don't do. They go to places and they don't give people the opportunity to learn further. So usually when I go and finish programs, people always text me, "Hello, how can I learn more from you?" How many of you have even texted me over here and said it before? Like you come, like just people you go to speakers and you say, "I want to learn more from you," because people never provide opportunities to learn. So for me, what I want to do is that I want to be able to provide more opportunities for everybody here. So what I did was that I put something special for everybody, that once like you have this, you're going to become the best communicate. Like this is only just my free information. Okay, so now let's I just want to show you something. I put something together for all of you. Do you want me to show it to you? Okay, for all of you over here. Okay, and I have more things to show to you, but this is the first thing. This is a major thing. Okay, how many of you want me to show it to you? Okay, yes, yes, everybody's saying yes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, these are the end. In fact, like what I'm about to show you are all my entire findings, literally how I moved from this to becoming an effective speaker. This is me some 10 years ago. So, guys, I've been doing this for a very long time. All right, we had our our stuff like this is a VIP session. This session, for people to enter this session, this was only a 3 hour session. It was over, I think it was 1,300 CDs or something like that's about over like $100, I guess, and everything for people just to come. It was 3 hours, a 3 hour session. You guys have spent about 3 hours with me, and you've not paid 1,300